What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com, and so I'm going to do a reaction video. This is kind of like a makeup video because I did not get a chance to edit the live stream I did. I think it was like 2 Saturdays ago in reference to the chess move with Destiny and those 4 begging guys who like, please, master, love us, please love us. And dude, I was so edgy in that. I don't know if I'm gonna ever get around to fully editing that entire thing. So I said I'm doing this video to just bring the content to make up for the fact that I haven't uploaded the live stream edited version. But don't worry, this is going to be pretty good anyway. So as you all know, I am very familiar with a lot of the red pill guys. And the thing about it is that these guys they're so transparent. But I think if you're young and their audience are young men, I doubt anyone in their 40s are listening to them. I doubt very seriously anybody worth their salt in their mid-30s or even in their 30s are taking these guys seriously. And a lot of them got mad because I complimented Sneeko and Fresh and said that Myron was gay. And they're like, that's always what the girls always want us to call someone gay. No, it is not. I know you guys are coping when you hear someone accuse a member of your red pill tribe as being a homosexual, but we're not saying that because we don't have any arguments. I have lots of arguments. As someone who grew up around gay men all my life, as a woman, I am a right-winger, by the way, and I am proud to say that I am the only right-winger who has a large gay male following. No one can touch me because gay men are welcomed in my community, even though we're heavily conservative and heavily right wing. So there's no discrimination here, and I don't use the word gay as a slur. It's not at all. It's just that I know how to call them, and I haven't been wrong since. I was the first one. As a matter of fact, I got video footage to prove it. I was the first one to actually say Jack Murphy is gay. Before the whole chatterbait thing came out, before the whole I'm hetero flexible that came out of his own mouth, before him, one-on-one and with men, I was the one, after not talking to him, but after watching him, watching how he behaves, I was like, Jack Murphy gay. Jack Murphy. And I think a lot of guys in the red pill community, or maybe just guys in general, think that if a man has relations with women, that doesn't mean he's gay. I'm sorry, guys. Do you not know any gay men that don't have, I mean, there's a lot of gay men that have a wife and kids, and then finally they say, I've been gay all my life. I just wanted a family, and I wanted to be there with you, but I just realized I got to be my truth. There's so many of them. I think you're just in your own little bubble, that you just think that if a man has relations with a woman, that there's no way he's not batting for the same team that she's batting for. So yeah, when I'm calling Myron a gay man, he is that in every sense of the word. And I saw some clips of this, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. But most of all, I'm going to show you, women, how it is easy. It's so easy to detect these type of men. These men do not want traditional women. Stop believing their lies when they say they want traditional women. I mean, Kanye West is the best example of what men say they want, but what they end up getting is the opposite. Remember, Kanye West was always talking about women, talking about gold diggers. And what did he do? He hooked up with Kim Kardashian, a prawn star. I can't say the word. I don't want to get dinged. But the first time he ever seen Kim Kardashian is when she was, and with Ray J on a VHS prawn tape. So that's the first time, and he looked at her and like, that's my wife, that's my wife. And I'm like, dude, really? So let's go ahead and watch this. and see how this really works out.
Hey, what's up? How are you?
Hello,
Nice to meet
Chian.
you.
Nice to meet
Myron,
you.
pleasure to meet
Myron.
you. You gonna give me a hug or what?
Oh,
Don't be
okay, hug. Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Chilling.
You smell nice.
Thank you. I try.
He made me hug him. I don't know why I've done that.
I don't know why you've done it either. And women are and this is natural for women to be intimidated by men who are kind of forceful. It is your nature. It's not in mine. And I need to also let me be transparent. I know it's a lot of men in the red pill community find this laughable, but there are alpha women. We are very rare, but we are here in this world, and that technique will probably fall for a good 95% of women, but you have a good percentage of us that falls in the 4% that or 5%. I would have to say we're about 3 to 4% of the population of women that are alpha, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna give me a hug?" Like, "Oh, you don't deserve a hug. I just met." Or I'm like, "Nah, not yet. Let me see if you're gonna deserve a hug." A woman knows how to play games just like men know how to play games. So if he would have said, "Oh, you're not gonna give me a hug," and like, "Oh, wait a minute. Let's see if you deserve a hug, and I may give you some more after that, and a hug and a kiss or something like that." But right now, he's establishing his authority. He's already, like, I guess you could say, he's taking a tinkle on the tree, making his mark. So alpha women already recognize this from the giddy up, and men will do that. They will start to tell you on a subtle level what you want, what you're going to do. And as soon as you hear it, you got to nip it in the bud right then and there. This woman is feminine. She's submissive. I know people don't believe that, but she's not an alpha woman. She knows what she wants, but she will fall for that, but not your typical woman who's alpha, and definitely not your woman who understand game either. So there's that.
How are you?
Chilling.
Chilling?
Doing well. Yeah.
Yeah? Cool.
How about yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Good. It's a bit hot in here though, so my hands are a
Yeah,
bit
it is.
like,
It is warm. I will say that it's definitely
Yeah.
warm, but it's called grilling, right? So
Oh, I like that.
attractive but typical girl.
So tell me about you, Myron.
What's a typical girl? Imagine, listen, and these guys would have a field day if you say, "Yeah, typical man." You know, they love to generalize women, but you can't generalize them. And they're such hypocrites. They're biggest hypocrites I've ever met in my life. But ladies, they're so easy to detect. And if you're traditional, stay away from them. Even if you don't want to deal with a bunch of drama, stay away from them.
I'm a professional misogynist. No, I'm just kidding.
Great.
Loved by some, hated by many. Just
Yeah.
on the internet. Yeah.
On the internet. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're both on the internet. I've
Yeah. we are.
seen.
It's a strange life.
Yeah.
Very
I've seen
strange.
some videos. You're not a fan of me, are you?
You know, I'm not a.
One thing the last time I did seen a video like this was with Andrew Tate. And I'm gonna brace yourself. I'm about to compliment Andrew Tate. Look at how Myron is sitting. He's not confident. One thing I can say about Andrew Tate, he's very good posture. And they're both tall men. It's not like Myron is short and Andrew Tate is tall. They're both tall. Andrew Tate is tall, Myron is tall. And when you're tall and you sitting like this, low self-esteem. I know you guys don't believe that, but he does. Okay, that's the reason why he got to tell you how much money he got. That's how much he got to tell women what he ain't gonna do. You know, he doesn't show his work. And what I mean by show your work is when I was growing up and we did complicated math questions. If you just said the answer, then and the teacher don't believe you came up with the answer on your own, she says show the work. Meaning you have to prove that you know how to get that answer or prove that you came up with that actual answer. And when I say to these alpha, beta, or whatever, red pill men, that when they say they can get a woman that will share them, they can get a woman that's submissive, they can get a woman, show the work. A lot of times they just talk about what you can get, but they don't have it themselves, or they lie and say they have it themselves, and then they don't show it.
Fan of many things.
But he's posture is bad because of how he doesn't feel good about himself. Say what you want about Andrew Tate, and there's a lot to say, but he is very self-confident. He does have a high self-esteem, and yeah, he feels really good about himself. So that's the reason why Andrew Tate carry himself the way he does.
Yeah?
You just happen to be in there maybe a little bit.
Why is that?
We disagree on some things.
I think we might get on though. That's why I'm like interested. Off to a great start. He hates me.
I think it's very important to be able to articulate your views, and if you don't agree with someone, it doesn't mean you have to hate them. But but I think being too agreeable is not good. Very
Really?
bad, especially as a man, because typically if a guy is too agreeable, you can't trust him.
I agree with that. Holy smokes! And Myron said something I agree with, but I also consider that with anybody, but especially with a man. But women tend to want to not be alienated. They don't want to be put out the in group. So they'll agree out of peer pressure. But when you meet a guy and he's always agreeable, red flag. Totally agree with him on this one.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because all men want to get laid, and if you don't tell the truth and you're just being agreeable, well, he's trying to get laid and he's trying to lie as well. So.
Well, at least the man actually admits all men are trying to get laid.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's absolutely pointless. To
She should know that. Yeah, they're trying to get laid. That's why they lie to you. And I tell women all the time, if you think you're with a red pill man or a man that's only here to get the panties, you have to tell him, and you have to mean it, ladies. You can't sit up here and say, I'm not interested in having any kind of relations unless we are getting serious to the point where we're about to get married. And we're talking about 6 months from now. Okay. When you tell them that, you know what I'm saying, they're going to be out of there within 2 weeks, and they're going to continue to try. They're going to take you out to dinner. They're going to woo you. They're going to ask if they can come into your home. Don't do it. Don't ever be alone in their home, in their house or your home or whatever. Okay. Don't do it, but just always be in public, and, don't let him get too handsy with you, and keep the kiss short and to the point. Mwah. Thank you for dinner. 99.9% of these men are not going to stay around because they're only in it for the vajayjay, and they'll lose interest and move on. That is the best way. But he's right. A lot of men will lie because they're trying to get laid. And when you stop that in the tracks and you stick to it, they will fall off. Every time I've told this to so many women, and I've constantly get the whole, oh my God, you were so right. Wow, I had no idea that that's what it took. Yeah, keep your legs closed. Keep your legs closed, and you'll be able to find a serious man who's here for you till death do you part, versus these guys who's going to, deal with you until they get bored and move on to somebody else.
A female friend.
No, it's not pointless to have a female friend.
Very pointless. 100%. Why would guys sit there and be friends with girls? It's pointless. Stupid.
So you don't have any female
Unless they're gay. Or they could be gay and then hate women and just want to, because we have a lot of them on the right, as a matter of fact. I'm not going to mention a particular group that they're part of, but there's a so-called, it used to be a white identitarian group, but now they're following a crazy, mentally unhinged black man who somehow loves Hitler. And these are really just gay men who hate women, but they are pretending to be triad con men or Catholic conservative men, and they're just, all of them are homosexual. I would have to say a good 90%, 95% of them are gay.
friends.
Absolutely not. It's a waste of time.
How is it a waste of time?
Because women don't offer much utility to you as a guy.
What makes you think that?
Well, I mean, if you get in some kind of fight, she can't do nothing. What's she going to do? She's going to be like, oh my God. It's like,
Why
and
would
then,
you want a woman
if
to
anything,
fight?
she's a liability. That's what I'm trying
But
to
a
say.
woman would fight. Like, I'd fight a woman for you if you're my man.
I don't want my girl to be involved in any type of physical confrontation.
Really?
That's not her job. That's my job. So I look at it like, if I'm with a girl and I'm supposed to protect her and provide for her, etc., I want that to be my woman. I'm not going to give that type of energy to like a friend. That's stupid. Why am I going to put my life on the line for a girl that doesn't even suck my dick? Wait, but is that too much there?
I don't.
Holy smokes, he went from 0 to 100. What? Holy smokes! I was just about to end it by saying, okay, I I hear all this, my woman, my woman, my woman, but you would never let her possess you as my man, my man, my man. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, I agree. Women should not be out here fighting. And I'm saying this as a 6'3" woman. Okay. I would never sit up here. If my husband got into a fight, I'm just got his back. But I also have my concealed carry just in case somebody trying to like do a sucker punch from him on the back, or anybody else want to pull out something. I got his back, but I don't get into his fights. However, the thing about it is that he went from that to just, you know, like, how did you, whoa. And that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? Whew, child, wow.
I think you should just be able to have a friendship with women, though.
Well,
Firstly, it's not always like men versus women. So I kind of feel like having female friends will give you that balance to understand, like, there's actually nice, normal women out there that aren't just trying to...
I disagree with the female friends on her part. I am none of my I don't have any straight male friends. I just don't. And the friends I do have, which is like 3 that are men, they are gay. Now, one of them is bisexual, but there's others that are mental. But when we some of friends, we constantly talk to each other. No, I agree with that. And the same thing goes with my husband. I'm not gonna have him like walking around with a straight a female friend. So it goes both ways. So, however, like I said, with the red pill community, it's like do as I say, not as I do. So it's okay for, you know, these men to have female friends that they're going to end up bouncing and wowing in the bedroom with, having relations, but they're going to make sure that the women that they're dealing with and are going to not have male friends. But I just want you guys to understand, these men talk game. There's no way they live this life. None of them live this life. None of them. You can't point to one of them that lives the life that they like to preach to their audience.
Sleep with you, like, for your money or everything like that. We bring a lot of value.
I've interviewed almost 1,600 women now at this point, and I would say, without a shadow of a doubt, women are absolutely terrible at understanding what it takes to be attractive to women as a man. So their advice typically is not.
You only get women who are Instagram models. You get women who are on the pole. You get women who offer escort services. You are only getting a certain demographic of women that don't represent the masses of women. Like, could you go to South Dakota and interview women and get the same type of results? And that's another thing, guys. You guys got to stop looking at the women that come on Fresh and Fit and think that those women apply to all the women throughout the United States. That is so closed-minded. You think that the women you see in Miami are going to be the same kind of women you see in Washington State or Maine or Illinois? Like really? Or here we'll go, Arkansas.
Not good at all.
1,600 women. Poor women. Men carry like a lot of like hurt and they push it on women.
Okay.
True.
Hurt in what way?
Yeah, I think it's because, like, for example, this incel culture, which, like, respectfully, like your podcast really brings to life. You're just projecting onto women unnecessarily. Because there's a lot of good women. Like, I myself would say I'm a good woman. I don't do anything wrong. I'm very loyal. I'm a kind woman. And a lot of men will make the assumptions because of podcasts like yours and people and men like you to then push that onto me, that I'm this kind of woman, I'm a gold digger, and I'm this and that.
Let them think that. That's what I want you ladies to understand. Let these losers, they're losers. You don't want them. Have you seen these guys? Have you really looked at the guys that take somebody like Myron seriously? You don't want them. These are undateable men. You don't take them seriously. Trust me. Let them think you're a gold digger. Let them think that you are just somebody who for the money. Let them think what they want to think, because you don't want these guys. I'm telling you, you don't want them. I don't care if you're somebody I don't care about. It's just mind over matter, because I don't mind because you don't matter. And ladies, you need to think that way. Who cares what these losers think?
And I'm not.
Well, the reality is, would it be fair to say that most men, I mean, you said there's a whole incel culture, etc. Would it be fair to say that most guys are losers and don't really measure up?
No, I would say the people who take you seriously is losers. I would have to say most men are not losers. Okay. I should know. All right. And I would have to say that your audience, for the most part, are losers. If they take you seriously and they think that you really know what you're talking about when it comes to women, they're losers, not most men in general. Because I don't like this generalization. You're generalizing all men or the most men. Okay, like I said, the same thing with women. I'm like, the men in D.C. are not going to be the same men in Alabama, and the men in Texas are not going to be the same type of men in Delaware. They're just going to be different type of men all over the world, and in the United States as well.
I personally don't think that. But
keep it
I know,
1,000.
No, but I'm saying
Keep it 1,000.
No, I personally don't. Like, genuinely, I don't.
Why would we have to lie about that? You know, and he's just projecting. Myron lie a lot. He lies about the women he deals with. He lies about what he's going to do in the future. He lies about his sexuality. He lies. So when a woman tells the truth, he doesn't believe her because, well, he's a liar, so he thinks every woman he talks to is a liar. Don't get me wrong, you will meet women, and the women he likes to bring on his show are liars, but no, I believe her. And I just said, this is my first time, you guys are getting my reaction from me watching this for the first time. I only seen clips. So far, I haven't seen a clip that's played so far from what we have seen, but no, he was somebody keep it out, like, yeah, I believe her because I feel the same way.
Okay, Jamie,
being politically correct. I'll keep it real since you don't want to. Most guys, I'll be honest.
So he called her a liar because he's a liar. He's a liar. I'm just telling you, he's a liar.
Are fat, losers, and don't have leadership qualities, and there's
What?
a whole bunch of reasons for that. And most women, quite frankly, are terrible. They're whores, fat, rude, crass, whatever it may be. And most of them don't qualify for a relationship, and most guys don't qualify to be the leader of said relationships. I think it goes on both parts. Okay.
I don't believe any of this. I don't believe any of this. Most men are fat. Oh my. And the women are mostly, now I have to agree, you know what I'm saying, about Americans being overweight, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm always in the gym, okay? Don't let this big shirt fool you, okay? Go to my other channel if you want to see what my body looks like. But I don't agree that the majority, I don't believe that the majority of men are fat losers, and I don't believe that a majority of women are fat women who are just bad. I don't believe any of that. But then again, you are what you attract. So if you're a loser, you're going to attract losers. In my world, I don't have that. I can't relate to this at all.
Men are weak, and the women, there's a bunch of issues there.
Let's fast forward that.
What we basically highlight on our podcast is need to be the leader of said relationships. I think it goes on both parts. Okay, the men are weak, and the women, there's a bunch of issues there. So what we basically highlight on our podcast is you need to be the best version of yourself. And I think the thing is that guys are yearning for this because we've been lying to men for the better part of 5
You still lying to men. You're still lying to men. You're still lying to them.
5 to 6 decades about what being masculine and strong actually is. We've been demonizing it when in reality, guys need to become stronger. Because no woman wants a weak man, even though girls say dumb shit like, oh, well, you know, I want you to be emotionally intelligent and get in tune with your feelings.
I don't say that. I don't want no. I agree. I don't want no man who's like, there's no way. I would have never married my husband if he was like constantly crying and, you know, showing me his emotions. Somebody got to be strong. Okay. I'm the whammon. I'm the one that's supposed to be like emotionally sometimes gullible or weak or something like that, which is rare.
Why? Oh, see. Okay.
No, but I personally would like a man that's emotionally available and emotionally intelligent, but it's not me saying like I want you crying all the time. So do you know what I mean? It's true though. Like, so I understand what you're saying, but at the same time you have to give some room for men because like men's mental health is a serious like issue.
We tell guys not to be vulnerable in front of your girl. You know, you go ahead, you're going to be vulnerable, you're going to shed a tear, whatever. You do that around other men that understand.
I disagree on death, you know. If There's no need for you, a man, to not being able to cry in front of your wife or your girlfriend if you had death in the family. You know, if you had, I can't tell you how many times I have consoled men in my life in the past, before I met my husband, that their dog died and they just were just ruined. And I was there holding them while they was crying because it was just, they were just crushed. I don't think no less of them for that. But if I'm watching a movie and we come to a scene where two couples get together and, and I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. And he's crying.
And the male experience. Women don't understand the male experience at all. And it goes to show, like when I said earlier, when you put the girl in a male perspective, I want you to pick up this girl. They always fall flat on their face because women are in a privileged position where they don't have to necessarily understand what it takes to attract a man because men come to them.
For me,
I agree with that, but also, you don't understand what it takes to get a lot of these men, especially with him too. You don't understand what it takes to actually get with women. I saw something with playing with fire. I'm gonna do a video on him too. I saw something stupid he did and something dumb he said. I saw how he was trying to teach men how to pick up women and how to get into the bedroom on the first date. Completely wrong. And I'm trying to see, like, who did that work out for? That could not, unless he paid for it. I don't see how that could work for any woman with any type of self-esteem and if she looks good. If she's attractive and got a nice body, that's never going to work. And that's what I'm saying. Show your work. Show your work. These guys just talk a good game, but they never show their work.
As a partner, I would want to be able to give my man a safe space to be able to be vulnerable, and it's like, but not completely like, oh my God, cry all the time.
Yeah.
But just so he knows, like, it's like things are okay. Like it's supposed to be a partnership.
No, it's not a partnership.
Why
That's
not?
another common lie in modern day dating. It's not a
But
partnership.
I want a
whatsoever.
partnership though.
Question for you: do you want a man that's taller than you? Idealistically speaking.
I do
No.
probably because I like to wear heels. I like to be thin.
Fantastic. Do you want a guy that's stronger than you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want a guy that makes more money than you?
I'm not fussed about money.
Okay. Well, you want it to make at least your equivalent, if not preferably better. Remember, this is your ideal guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want a guy that's more confident than yourself?
Yeah.
More experienced than yourself?
Well, confident. That's not a good question to ask me because I'm very confident, dude. But I don't want him to have less confidence in me than me. Let's just put it that way. It's not about having more confidence than me. I don't want him to have less confidence than me.
Yeah.
Okay. You basically described the superior. So
Yeah.
more experienced than yourself.
Yeah.
And experience in what? There are certain things I am more experienced in my man, my hubby, my boo-boo, my king, and there are some things that he's not experienced in that I'm very experienced in, and there's some things that he's experienced in that I'm not. I'm not coming to the table dumb. I'm not. It's not like I don't have nothing to offer in experience. It's just like what are you talking about? Experienced in what?
Okay. You basically described the superior. So you expect this guy to come in and have a partnership with you?
Whatever he might excel on, I'll also add value in other ways. Because it's not always about being physically on par with that person just for certain requirements. Like you can't birth a baby, and things
Yeah,
like that.
but
So we complement each other in other ways, and so we're still equal in that sense.
men and women are not equal at all. At all. That's another fallacy that we have in modern day dating culture, which leads so many women astray. We're not the same. There's certain things that men can do that women can't do, and vice versa. And we're different, and we're designed to complement each other. And I don't believe in partnerships. I think men come in and lead, women follow. And I find it funny because women typically want a man. And here's the thing. What you just described is what every girl wants. But they think that they're going to go into a relationship with a guy that's better than them in every single metric, and it's going to be an equal partnership or 50-50. It doesn't work.
If I don't stop Myron, it's because I don't disagree with what he's saying. So I just want you to understand, like if he says something stupid or something I disagree with, I will interrupt. So I agree that it's, when it comes to relationship, so my husband has the last word. He is the leader. Okay. And I'm telling you, as somebody who has been leading for most of my life, it feels good to just let somebody else take control. So far, there's nothing he has said that I had disagreed. So if you just see me let him talk and talk and talk, it's because he's saying something I don't have a problem with. So let me just rewind that just a little bit.
And here's the thing. What you just described is what every girl wants. But they think that they're going to go into a relationship with a guy that's better than them in every single metric, and it's going to be an equal partnership or 50-50. It doesn't work that way. There's always a leader. There's always a decider. And for it to work, the man's got to be in a leadership role, never the woman. Women can't lead anything.
Yeah, we can.
No.
We can lead something, okay? And let me just say this. Yes, it's in a traditional relationship, a woman decides, I want to be clear, she has to decide, unless you're dealing with arranged marriages. She decides that you are leading. If you fail at your job, and that happened to the guy before my husband, he was in charge. Everything was going great until Angela Merkel started allowing a lot of these refugees to come into Germany. And a lot of R words were happening to women. And I began to think like survival, because he would go to work at night and I was alone in a condo, and I would every now and then would go out to the grocery store. I would go out to the donut place, and I would see these group of men, and I would think, like I was telling him, I said, hey, let's move, or we got to do something, because I don't want to have to deal with these guys. Because also, if something happens to them, I end up, in while I'm defending myself, I will, go to jail for aggravated assault or maybe murder before protecting myself. There's no self-defense laws in Germany. He failed me. He failed me as that. He was telling me to stay at home at night or stay at home. Don't go out after 5 o'clock, because it was starting to get late. It started to get dark early. So he's saying stay at home at 5 o'clock. If there's anything I need, go ask my mail. Like, what in the world? And it was not acceptable. And I kept giving them chances. And then I just realized, like, wow, he's not here to protect me. He's not leading the right way. We have a problem that needs to be solved. And to sit up here and say, oh, you can't go to the grocery store at 6 o'clock because the sun is down at this particular night, and because there's a lot of these guys out there hanging in packs just waiting to deal with these type of women in a very, very disrespectful, violating way. I got to adjust my life because, saying you don't have a better plan. And I'm like, it's not like, he couldn't move or we couldn't move. We both were making very good money. And we could have went into my old condo, but nope, it's not that close to his job. And that I got out of that relationship because that's when I realized, I was like, you're not a good leader. Prior to then, I put him in charge. Prior to then, he was in charge. What he said goes. But when I did not feel secure, when I felt like my safety was in jeopardy, and also that he was, failing at his duties of being the leader, I fired him. He was no longer the leader, and I just left the relationship.
It creates too much pressure on you as a man then. Because if you want to be this like macho man, do you not think that's going to cause a lot of strain on a relationship?
No, he's okay with it. He can handle it.
Because here's the thing. Women are just the cherry on top. Like, you should have already built the cake by the time she comes into the picture. You should have already conquered a boardroom or conquered some kind of physical labor, or played sports at some point in your life, endured some kind of stress. Like, men need to go through pain. Men must become. Men must become. Being a loser is unacceptable. If you're broke, fat, or you don't got your stuff together, that's your problem.
Yeah, but then men like you would complain about women because you'd say, they only come for like the glory of it, like, and not the graft. So I'd rather be with someone that I'm building with.
I've never said that women build. I actually say the contrary. I say women don't build, they move in.
Yeah, but
I acknowledge that cold reality 100%. I tell guys they need to build the castle so that she can come in and, put some things up here and there in your castle. But at the end of the day, you got to build the structure. Women aren't going to build it with you. Those days are done. Women want to
do. Some women do, though. Like, a lot of women do.
Some?
No. You talking about lesbians and feminists, girl? I'm not with you on that one. I'm sorry. I cannot agree with you on that one.
No, a few, like the ones I know.
I would say a minority. A majority
An
want a
extreme minority, Cheyenne. Come on, girl.
guy that comes pre-assembled.
What is he talking about?
You know, he's right.
So we got to go off of the majority, not the minority. If I'm advising men how to, operate in the dating marketplace, I can't tell them, look out for this 10% that wants to build with you. No, the reality is most women want you to come pre-assembled. And to be honest, the most attractive and youngest women that have the most options, they definitely want you to come pre-assembled. Women want winners. They sit at the finish line and pick the winners.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in New Britain, Connecticut.
Okay.
2 hours north of New York City.
So what was your upbringing like?
Great. Parents were together the whole time. Stable. I had a sister, brother. Still, I mean, they're still alive now. I said had. But yeah. Like they're gone. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I grew up, went to high school, played basketball in high school, played video games. Still have my childhood friends to this day. I would say I grew up like in a pretty good situation. We didn't grow up with money, right? We grew up fairly, poor, lower middle class. My parents struggled, especially in the beginning. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I think it's important for young men to grow up like struggling.
Yeah.
I think it builds character. You have to do it.
How will you raise a son with your mindset? I'm just curious to know.
I would raise my son to not be a victim. I'm at a point now where very successful financially, but my son would not see any of this money at all. I would make him get it out the mud.
Wow, I kind of respect that. I said the same thing, like, wow, like we're talking about my godchildren. I purposely did not want to have kids. I lived a very dangerous life, traveled a lot, and especially when I was a police officer, the last thing I wanted anyone to do was to come and tell my son or daughter, Mom's not going to come home. So I have 4 godchildren. And I love them very much. I don't regret not having kids. Was something I think if I would have had a child during the time I wanted to have children, they would have come out messed up mentally, straight emotionally as well. I'm just not mother material to someone from my own body, if that makes any sense, especially with the way I grew up. But I said the same thing with them, is that they are definitely not getting any inheritance. They're not getting the inheritance from their own parents, because it's going to teach them to be lazy and to just sit on and just live off their hard work, and they're not going to know how to get their own. And we all learned this from oh my gosh, what is that billionaire name? Oh my God, I forgot his name. I'm so bad with names. But there's a billionaire, really, really big billionaire. And I can see him in my face, right? I can see him right now, but he is not going to give any of his kids any of his money whatsoever when he passed away. All of it is going to charity. I was like, yeah, good looking out. That's the way to go.
Because, like we discussed before, trust fund babies typically don't know what to do in life and how to.
True.
They don't understand and appreciate the value of a dollar. And I thank my dad for instilling that in me early. I mean, my first job was at McDonald's, and I got fired. And I quickly learned that I didn't want to be in the service industry, but it made me appreciate people in the service industry. So what is this, by the way?
So this is like a tonic wine. When I drink, I'm like quite a mellow person, chill, put you in the mood.
You're not an angry drunk?
No, I'm not actually.
No? Okay, that's good.
I'd be the worst angry drunk.
Yeah, well, I could tell.
So do you not drink?
I don't. It's haram.
So have you never drunk?
I have. I definitely have. But, I mean, it's not really conducive to my life goals at the moment, so I don't really drink like that.
It's just more self-awareness, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, as a guy, man, you can't afford to have things that clout your inhibition or your ability to go out there and create and become a better version of yourself. And I think like that's why I'm really big on like not drinking, doing drugs, any of that stuff.
I think women, you should. Well, most of us on the right, because I don't drink, I don't smoke any herbs, I don't do any drugs whatsoever, not even prescription medication. I don't drink anything, no coolers, no wine, no beer, no nothing. I don't like anything that takes me out of my sober mind. I gotta know what's going on all around me. And this is a good habit to take. to have, especially with women, when you go to these clubs or you go to a function, saying you want to have your wits about you, and you can't do that if you're tipsy or you feeling nice because you had some wine or some alcoholic beverage.
You got to be focused all the time.
So how do you find dating then, with the way that you are?
I mean, when you understand the code, it's, plug and play. It's like, okay, deal with the girl, size her up, figure out what kind of chick she is, and then bam, you already know kind of how to move.
So like, what's the code?
Depends on the girl.
Okay.
You got to be able to adapt based on the woman that you're sitting across the table from. Yeah, I have the female codes in my sleeves. I know pretty much what they all are.
Okay, so how are you adapting to me?
He is not an attractive person. I know a lot of men get mad when I tell their idols is not attractive. That nose. Woo. And I thought he was supposed to be the fitness guy. Where's the muscles? Okay, maybe he left them at home.
Right now.
You want me to be honest?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I
I want the code now, and then I'll ask the code again by the end of it.
Yeah, I would say recreational use only, no offense.
So what's like how many codes is there?
Well, it depends on the girl. If you deal with a girl that's younger, that's in her prime years, well, you got to understand that she's more, inclined to look for fun. If you're dealing with a girl that is in her mid-20s, a lot of times she might be pursuing, it depends on the girl, but she might be pursuing some type of stability or some security, and you got to play to that angle. Or if you deal with a girl that's a little bit older, late 20s, 30s, and up, 9 out of 10 times she's going to want some type of security if she hasn't gotten it already.
Code, it's not even that deep. Like, either you like them or not. You don't need to put them in categories. So what kind of woman do you want? Sorry.
Me? Mm-hmm. I mean, I could deal with whatever. My thing is, I need her to come into my life and be an asset and not a liability. Right. Most girls are liabilities, to be honest.
How?
I think the right woman, though, could like...
How are most women a liability? Because they're women? Okay. Right. So men are not liability. First of all, I don't believe most women are liabilities. So I'm not going to sit up here and say most men are liabilities. Like you just throw that out there and you don't justify it. Okay, fine.
Like really just compliment you and make you like progress in your life.
Well, you got to train them.
No, you haven't. In order to train someone, you need them to listen. I'm telling you, no woman is listening to you.
Like most girls come into your life, and if you don't know what you're doing, she's going to come in as a liability, 100%.
No, you don't train them, though.
You have to train them.
It's like training a dog. You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you can't train a woman. I don't know where these guys get this from, that you could train a woman. I've seen Andrew Tate say that you could train a woman by slowly, like, not doing certain things to her, if you have relations with her, don't kiss her. And she'd be like, what's wrong? Like, first of all, if you get a woman with a low self-esteem, like this had to deal with is a woman with low self-esteem. Because if you try to get busy with the woman and you don't kiss her, and if you've been in a relationship with her, she'll be like, wait, what's wrong? And he'll be like, nothing wrong, nothing, like something's wrong. Because if you actually go out of character, she's not going to go there with you. I don't know what makes these guys think that they never show the work. They never show the work. Talk, don't show the work. This is not a thing. Oh my God, train a woman. We're not dogs. We can't train you. I would never let a woman say that she could train a man. So I'm not going to let you sit up here and say that you can train a woman. That's just stupid.
Here we go. I knew that was going to...
No, but it's true, though. It's not training. It's not something like, once again, it's just seeing this person as your equal. Okay, but showing the person respect. It's not training.
So I look at it like, if I'm going to have a girlfriend and she's going to be my girl and she's going to have my title, well, she's got to be trained to rise up to a certain level because I'm going to make her into an asset.
Notice, though, he don't have one. How long has Myron been doing this? How old is he? And he still don't have a girlfriend that he can train? That's what I'm saying. They don't show the work. They never show the work. It's all talk, no game. They don't have what they say that they want you guys to have. When are you guys going to sit up here and learn? Nah, you're young and dumb, so you don't know no better. You probably still believe the Santa Claus exists.
Give me a bag, do this, blah, blah, blah. Take me on trips, whatever, when they haven't earned it. So you got to detrain those bad behaviors out of that girl and make her an asset into your life versus a liability. Most guys don't understand their value. They bring her into their life. They give her everything. She hasn't earned it. She doesn't respect him. She's walking all over him. She starts to dictate the relationship. You're not getting sex tonight, blah, blah, blah.
He's so rude. Obviously, this is your experience, so I can't argue that. But there's.
I mean, this is biology. Women are
No, it's
hard.
not. No, it's not. First of all, never in my life have I used sex as a punishment or a training tool. Never. I never. I think you have to like it. You know, and if you like it, you would never weaponize it because you kind of like it. You like it. You don't want to weaponize it. There's other ways of punishing men. And my favorite way is just like they come home expecting the dinner and it's not, you know, there's no dinner there, but there's a note saying, hey, you know, this happened like that. That's a good way I've noticed. If you want to do some punishment, but not with sex. No, not that.
Wired to extract resources from men. It's been that way since the beginning of time. Biology rules everything, guys. They could sit there and say, oh, but I'm doing this and my truth, blah, blah, blah. Biology rules you. There's one truth. There's no such thing as my truth. Female, typical, blah, 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 trash.
And your trash, your red pill, I could train a woman like a dog. You don't even have a woman. These guys don't have no proof of concept. But yet still, you supposed to take them seriously?
No, but I kind of feel like from my experience, if I'm going into someone's life, I would want to add value, so I wouldn't really take things. And I kind of feel when you.
What did you just say 2 seconds ago? You said, in my experience.
Yeah,
I come in and I add value.
Yeah.
That's you. Majority of women come in, meet.
Yeah, but you're also giving your experience. You can't sit up here and say her experience doesn't matter, but yours does.
Guy, okay, what can I get from this guy? Okay, this guy's a simp. I'll just take him out on dinner dates he could pay.
We don't mess with simps. Oh my God. But see, he deals with Miami girls. That's what I'm saying. He deals with those Miami girls because if I see a weak man, not met many of them, okay, prior to my husband, these men will never get a date on me. I wouldn't have any respect for him. They couldn't even be seen with me in public to break bread with, even if they're paying for it. And your money meant nothing to me if I just was feeling like it was a chore to be around you. But when he's around these type of women who are all about the bling and the money and the shopping spree and the take me out here and you drive this kind of car, you're dealing with materialistic women who will go out with any kind of man as long as he has money. That's not a lot of women. A lot of women are not that way. Never. I never in my life did I realize that I may have found out during the date that I was with an idiot or somebody boring. But if I found that out before the date, it was no date.
I'm never going to smash him. Another guy, this guy's hot. You know, I can smash him. I can hang out with him. This guy, he has some utility. He's a plumber. Okay, he can do my plumbing, but I'll give him a BJ once. Girls put guys in roles. It's your job as the man to make sure to...
What kind of women is this for? Lord of mercy. I don't agree with none of it. But he only deal with women in Miami.
You're the top guy, and you got the main role where you're not investing too much and she's investing more in you. Girls only respect men that they invest in. The girl always has to like the guy more than she likes him.
No, I think it works better the other way around.
When the guy likes the girl more?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Why doesn't it make sense?
Because women want a man that's better than them. So how do I look if I'm better?
Never in my life. Ever. And I got to blame my dad for this. I've never been in a relationship where I loved a man or liked a man more than he loved and liked me. And it's not a competition. It's just a baggage that I have that result from being raised by my dad from the age of 11. Like my dad took custody of me at the age of 11, watching how he moved, watching the effects on women he had. I'm like watching that. It's just who I am. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make any woman a bad person who, you know, and I never pursued that. It was never like, oh, I am going to do my best. I do my best, but unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess it's not an unfortunate or fortunate. It is what it is. Like every relationship I have ever been in, the man he said, I love you first to me. And that made me feel a little bad because I'm like, that must be heartless because I don't feel that way. But, you know, when I love hard. Let's be clear. I do love hard. It's just that they get there faster than me. So there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why it's got to be like, oh, they have to. The woman has to. You have to love the woman more than she loves you. Like, that's not always the case. And if it's not that way, it doesn't mean it's not going to work, idiot.
Better than you, and I'm sitting
Like I said, I'm that way because of my dad.
here chasing after you. It doesn't make sense. Women only respect men that they chase. It doesn't work the other way around.
Once again,
I've never chased not one man in my life. I've never chased one man in my life. As a matter of fact, every friend I have in my life, they have approached me. Let me be clear. I'm not saying that. No. I just realized I need to make a correction. We're just internet friends because I never seen him. We never got a chance to hang out in person. But there's somebody online who I did pursue because I wanted to be friends with him. But we're cool. One day we're gonna meet. I got a funny feeling 2023. I'm gonna go to Florida to meet him. But yeah, that's the only person I have actually sought out as a friendship. But everybody else have always, in my real time, let me just say, in my real time friends all have approached me, or we've been in a position where they introduced themselves to me. It's no big deal. I love them all. Will do everything I can for them.
This like new wave of women, we don't want to keep fighting for a man that if he's going to treat you like an option.
See, here's the thing. We can say that women are changing, whatever, but we're all slaves to our biology. Women are 100% okay with sharing men. It's been that way since...
No, they're not. This is a lie. This is where he gets this from Islam. And I bet you if you talk to his mom, I bet you his mom would say she was not okay with sharing. And I don't know. I'm just guessing. I know they grew up in the Islamic way of life. And that's probably why he has such a misogynistic, hateful hateful attitude towards women. And so he probably says that, but no, women are very possessive. You can't show me one, and since he's from Islam, you can't show me one Islamic harem where the women are getting along well. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't. And let me just say, harem in America, not harem in Saudi, where you got the prince and he's a billionaire, and every last one of these women have, a huge room inside a castle to themselves and they ain't got to deal with other women. That's different. I'm talking about these regular Americans, okay? These men's here. No, I have not seen a poly relationship. I have not seen one poly relationship where two women are happy to share that one guy. Not one. Show them to me. Show me. It don't exist.
I would say it's even more apparent now. With Instagram, dating apps, etc., a minority of men are getting a majority of the women. And women are okay with that. I mean, walk into a nightclub.
Actually, no. You understand. That doesn't make no sense. You guys understand that a lot of these women on Instagram that are going after, that are these so-called minority men, these women have a long list of men that they can choose from. What world is he in? You can't show me one sought-after woman on Instagram that don't have more than 4 men that she could choose from. What he just said was a straight up lie. A blatant lie. Just pick one. Seriously, just pick anyone. Now, if you're talking about these undesirable women, these obese women, even obese women got a bunch of chubby chasers. So he just told a straight lie now. So now he's in a lying state. I told you, I said the reason why he doesn't believe Cheyenne is because he believes she's a liar because he's a liar. So now he's just straight up lying.
Walk into a nightclub, it's probably one of the most carnal representations of human nature.
He using a nightclub to describe the human nature of men. Holy smokes. See what I mean? See what I mean about this? He's using Miami life, which is so materialistic. They're on another level of what can I get? Let me get mine. Selfish, egotistical type of mentality down there. You cannot use that worldview for women throughout America. But he's too low IQ to understand that.
Are sitting in one section with a bunch of the guys that have the highest perceived status in that social setting. Versus all the other guys are out there in general admission.
Yeah, because hold on. Just because that one guy has all those women, It's because guess what that one guy is doing? He's feeding all those women. They all getting their drink on. They all doing it. They up in the VIP. They all are like looking like they're in status, but he is not sharing all of them. I told you guys this story where when I was in high school, okay, a friend of mine had this guy that paid us all $25 to pretend that we were his women. So that's all that is. And we played along with the stupid thing, okay? Because we were like, well, with $25, all right? But that's what I'm saying. It's just, it's not that women are okay with it. They're like, well, I'm just here temporarily until I get mine and then I'm bouncing. It's always the case. You cannot show me a woman that was like okay with sharing a guy on this week and she's still sharing the guy the following week or even the following month. That doesn't happen.
Struggling.
So,
Women always gravitate towards the best guys, and they're willing to share those guys.
No,
So
they're
what's your
not.
type?
No, they're not.
My type.
No,
Fit,
they're not. That's a
feminine,
lie. Myron will never ever find a woman. He doesn't have a woman, and he'll never get a woman that says, yes, Myron, I will share you with another woman. This is what I'm saying. These guys straight up here and tell you all these lies, and they don't prove nothing that they say. Nothing. No proof of concept. No way of showing your work.
yeah.
Submissive. And coachable. And coachable. To be trained. You got to train women, man. I know that sounds terrible.
He's still.
Man, if you stupid men believe that you can train women, you're an idiot. Do you think this is how I laugh at people like Kanye West, who thought he was going to train Kim Kardashian to be respectful and modest. You guys can never show me one woman that meets your standards that has been trained. There is none. They are not out there. They're not out there. You can't show me one. And if you got one, and if you think that they're out there, bring them to me. I'm really good at interrogating to see who's lying. That doesn't work. There's no such thing I can train a woman. Stop. If she can't train you, you can't train her. But if you really believe she can train you, trust me, she can train. If you really believe you can train a woman, trust me, that woman can train you in return. It just goes both ways.
We're talking. Fucking hell.
Women don't like it when they get criticized. If I go on a podcast and I say, you know what, guys, you need to stop being bums. You need to get your money on point, stop being fat POSs, etc. They actually admire and respect that. People.
No, they don't. I know they don't. I called another guy ugly on a video before this one. And another guy who's not that individual, it doesn't seem like he is the way he talked about him, emailed me and told me that I was out of pocket for judging another guy and saying that he was ugly, or I didn't even say ugly. I said he's unattractive. And he was like, I said, yeah, that guy is unattractive. And he was like, that guy is not unattractive. And my reply to him was like, are you gay? And he was like, no, I'm very straight. I said, okay, since I'm a woman who find men attractive, desirable, my word is more credible than yours. Unless you're gay, you cannot sit up here and tell me what I consider to be attractive or unattractive. And he was butthurt. They couldn't. Now, if he could not take criticism of another man, and I think the reason why is because he either looks closely like that guy, or maybe he just doesn't like it that him himself thought that this guy was nice looking. And then if he himself are like a bridge below that or a level below that, then if he thought that I thought that this guy was unattractive, then he probably thought that I really think he is butt ugly. So that's what I'm saying. No, guys are really bad at taking. It's not even a guy and girl thing. It's a self-esteem thing. If you want to be better, if you want to be able to up your game and want to be a better person, you have no problem of taking criticism. It's just so it's not a gender thing. It's a character thing.
Or in the chat, flame emojis, whatever. I go on rants on the guys all the time. I'm sweating, going crazy. It's like I'm delivering a preach. I think she's trying to grow me, but what she doesn't know is I'm a black belt in this. I've dealt with 10 girls like her at the same time.
I doubt it very seriously.
She's going to take an L. Women rarely get held accountable for their poor decisions. Men do, though. Men have to live in reality. Women are...
I think both don't take accountability, because you guys, that's not a gender thing too. You guys purposely choose whores. You go there, you girlfriend them up, you bring them into your home, and then all of a sudden, in the heat of the moment, you forgot to put on something, or you forgot to wrap it up, and all of a sudden she's pregnant. You don't take accountability. And if she does, she just take you through the court system and just slaughters you financially. And now you're gonna be like all about MGTOW and men's rights, but who brought a woman from the stripper pole into their home and had raw sex with her? Like, come on now. Take accountability. And they never take accountability. They sit up here and say women are dogs, but you went to the dog pound and took a dog out of the dog pound. And now you are complaining that you got fleas? This is men mindset. Women don't take accountability either. That's what I'm saying. Like, women do not understand that you chose to open your legs to an idiot. So therefore, if you have a baby by an idiot and he ends up still being an idiot, that's the decision you made. So it's two. It really does go down to both people's decisions, not a gender. It has nothing to do with gender.
Of being delusional. So when a guy criticizes a woman, oh my God, right? If you don't believe me, think about it. If a dude's fat, we just call him fat. You're a loser, huh? If a woman's fat.
Actually, you can't get away with it. If you call a guy fat, he'll call you fat phobic. Now, I get it. Now, I will say this. I will use this. I will defend men on this one, okay? Get ready, guys. You're about to get a W. Women have made being fat and obese body acceptance beautiful. Take a look at my curves. But they will never apply that to men. That's wrong. That's hypocritical. Okay? You as a woman should not be accepted because of your curves and you being obese. That's gross, and the same should be applied to the man. But what unfortunately men have allowed this. There's a reason why, and I'm not going to talk about it now, but there's a reason why the women can get away with it is because men find there's a lot of men who like big women. They're feeders. They get off on it. These men love some huge women. They love all thing about them. So there is a supply because there is a demand. And as long as there is demand for big women, then you're going to have a supply for that. There is not a supply for a demand of women. There's not a huge demand of women wanting a fat, obese man. So that's the reason why it's so lopsided about that. But I agree. This right here is hypocritical. It's very hypocritical.
Right? If you don't believe me, think about it. If a dude's fat, we just call him fat. You're a loser, huh? If a woman's fat, love your curves, girl. You go. She's rude and obnoxious. Oh, you know what? They just can't handle you. You're strong and independent.
I never would tell a rude and obnoxious girl they can't handle you. I'll call her rude, ratchet, everything I can.
Fierce. We have all these terms to cover up female inadequacies, but we don't have these same terms for men.
I think a lot of it comes from like narcissistic behavior from men and misogynistic
Women are far more
views.
narcissistic than men are.
No, women can be, so I'm not disputing that.
Far more narcissistic.
But
I don't. Once again, it could be both. Look at Andrew Tate. He's narcissistic. Look at you. You're narcissistic. So I mean, like it's not about a gender here. Here's another thing he's lying about. It's not about a gender. It's about who you are as a person, your character.
I kind of feel like with men that attain a certain level of status and power, it gives you the opportunity to try and to dominate.
Big difference, though.
No, but this is
men
why
earn narcissism.
Men do not earn a right to be narcissistic.
No, they don't. Exactly, I agree with her. Phew, finally, it's something I agree with her on. This is the first time we are 18 minutes in, and I finally got something I can agree with her on.
Men earn confidence and arrogance. Women don't. Women are born with their value. Men must earn their value.
What?
So if
No. Men are born with their... Women are born with their value. No, we're not. Hold on. Also, hold on. How does that work? Would men earn their arrogance? There's no need to be arrogant. I don't understand. Unless you're in the workforce. If you're in the workforce and you're going after a position and you end up getting it, then arrogance will play in that. But there's no need for you to be arrogant in a relationship. It's not a competition. Remember, you're in charge. Unless you are insecure about being in charge. Okay?
Arrogant, more than likely he's probably accomplished something. When a woman's arrogant, 9 out of 10 times, she hasn't accomplished anything. She just has a bunch of DMs. See, this is the problem that a lot of modern day women have. They lack critical thinking skills.
And you think you got critical thinking skills? Holy smokes, that was the biggest projection I have ever seen in my life. Woo!
Women tend to go off of their feelings versus what's real.
And you're not going off of your feelings? God, oh my God. This is the holy smoke. Sit up here and tell, I can tell you right now, I bet you somebody in my chat is already popping off about where you this and you that, coming off their feelings. They act like women. That's why I said when women argue with another woman, they're right there. They're all in their feelings. And I actually have told this, like I had a guy who wants to pop off at the mouth with me in my chat. And I'm like, why are you arguing with a woman? My opinion not supposed to matter. So you're supposed to go ahead and just let it go. You're the bigger person. But when a man is, he's up in his feelings, and they got a lot of insecure men. If I sit up here and told Myron, you don't look like you work out. You have inferior genes. Where are the muscles? I'm trying to figure out where those muscles at. And he'll straight up start getting real loud. He'll start getting personal, and he'll be name calling because I heard his fifis. They get up. The men today. Woo, child, you talking about up in their feelings. Gosh.
Off the feels and not the reals. What a girl is supposed to do is come into a man's life, see where he's deficient. Okay, I noticed that you like to go to the gym at this time. I'm going to make sure that you have a protein shake with as many grams of protein as you need.
Just get a PA.
I'm going to make sure that's done, and I'm a deductive problem solver. I'm able to be observant, because that's women's gift, is being observant of social...
Well, men are supposed to be observant, too. And I agree with him on that one. You know, you see where your men are deficient, and you supplement that. But they do that to you, too. Men, your king is supposed to say, oh, you know what? I noticed she's been having a hard time, you know, with some problems here with her car. I'm going to help her with that. So he sees where I'm deficient and help that too. It's a two-way street. Yeah, even though he's in control, he supplements my deficiency and I supplement his deficiency. It's not I'm the slave. What an idiot. This is the reason why I ain't got no woman.
That's why women are socially superior to men. Oh, I thought you were going to say that's sexist. Okay. No, it's never sexist when a guy mentions something about a woman that's positive. So a woman's job is to use that social calibration that they have, that they're superior to men in, and be able to be like, okay, this guy's deficient in this and deficient in this, etc. Let me come in, compliment, make this guy operate. He's already operating at 95%. I'm going to get him to 102. And when you're at a high level already, that extra 2, 3, 4, 5% is what helps you beat the competition.
This guy's dangerous. Women will do that. A lot of women will give you...
No, he ain't dangerous. He's an idiot. How is he dangerous, Cheyenne? Okay. You know what? This is my second time watching her, so I can tell right now I'm not vibing with her either. So, me and her, I don't think she and I would get along as friends, but you know.
That life, they will give you that balance, they will compliment you, but they're not going to just do it until you're serious, you know, because men like to play the field for a very long time.
When you're with a guy of value, you got to understand that he has the leverage, not you. You're applying to be his girlfriend. My way or the highway, baby, because at the end of the day, when you can replace a girl, that's when she respects you.
Okay, that's not true. I want you to understand, if you have the money, and I'm never wrong about this, you can't show me nowhere where I'm wrong about this. If you have money and status, and you choose a 9 or a 10, you guys love to do that, please know that you're replaceable. Do you understand that she can also find another guy who's not going to creep out or who's not going to cheat on her, who may not be attractive in the face or whatever, but he can take care of her. He can be there for her financially, whatever. The same thing she get from you. Maybe she can't get the bed action, but that's why she'll get a man who is a 5 or 4. But, you know, when he's at work, she's basically getting taken care of in relations by the massage therapist or by the actual plumber or by the man who's mowing the lawn. Trust me, that's something that also can be supplemented. I don't understand why men and we have set it up for you guys to think that we will stay loyal to you if you creep out on us, if you go and be with another woman. I've always told all of my relationships, including my husband right now, if I do something that will make you want to go seek another woman, you need to bring that to me so I can get a chance to fix it. But if you sleep with another woman or you have any kind of sexual thing going on with another woman and I find out, please know, because there's no such thing as divorce. We don't do divorce. Divorce is not an option. But please know, I'm going to do it too. But the problem is that you're going to have the problem that's going to bother you, maybe even drive you crazy. I won't tell you. I will never let you know. And if you ask me, I will lie. That's what I will do. And that right there, when a man knows, holy smokes, if she finds out she's going to do the same thing and she's never going to let me know when she's going to cheat on me again. If I cheat on her, she's going to cheat on me back and she's not going to let me know when she's going to do it. And if she did do it, she's not going to tell me she did. She's going to straight up lie. Yeah. Because now you have sullied the relationship. It's very damaged and I'm about to damage it even more. By lying to you, which I've never lied to any of my partners for whatever reason, never had to. Honesty is a must, and I never cheated. But if they cheat on me or if he cheats on me, trust me, there's no divorce. There's no, I'm taking it. No. No. Like, oh, okay. All right, we're going to go to counseling, but trust me, I'm going to get my payback. That's how that works. Men need to understand, but so if you're going to get a woman that's top tier, she has options always. Unless you get a woman who's a 3 or 4, sure. She understands she got a good thing. She ain't going nowhere. She understands that if you go and creep out on her, she's going to come right back. Look at Derek. Is that his name? That black guy. And look at his wife. She's homely looking. She's a good mother. She's Christian. There's nothing fine about her. There's nothing like boom, child, anything about her. It's nothing like that with her. But look at the women that Derek cheat on his wife with. She will never leave him because she's a 4 physically and facially. She looks so plain Jane. She always got this bonnet on her head, all right, and she looks so homely, and she has low self-esteem. She doesn't look like any of these gorgeous women that Derek basically have an affair with on her. This is what I'm talking about. She's that type of woman that's at that low level, that low vibrational level that will allow her husband to cheat, and those are the only women that will allow their man to cheat. But trust me, trust and believe, a lot of women that are up there. And don't get me wrong, you're going to meet some attractive women who have low self-esteem that will let their men cheat and then they'll get mad, but they'll bring them back in. You got that. I'm not going to lie. But don't believe that those women did not get that payback. They won't tell their man because they know it will destroy him. But trust me, as long as they feel vindicated, and they got their vengeance, that's all that matters. They don't have to tell the man that they did to him what he did to her. So no, this right here is just totally wrong.
It's on the woman to prove to me that she's worthy of a relationship. That's where a lot of girls make a mistake. They'll sit there and say, I'm good, I'm loyal, blah, 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 blah. I want to, see how you do before you get promoted. I'm not going to give a girl the position of secretary or underboss, right, or second in charge, of my company unless she's been vetted. She's got to work her way up.
But that goes the same way with women. Women need to vet men, but also women need to understand men need to meet a certain criteria if you're at that level. What Myron is saying, he does not apply to no woman. He doesn't want a woman like that. So I don't know where he's getting this stuff from. That's the reason why he will never have such a woman like this. And I do believe I heard Myron say that when he gets his wife, he's going to the Middle East to get one. So all this stuff right now, because he has to get one that's been broken in by her daddy and by Islam themselves, and they ain't got no other choice. Okay, that's the only thing but American women, based upon his Islamic values, is never going to work. Never going to work.
The problem is that we give women CEO jobs when they haven't proven themselves and they don't respect the job.
Who's listening to this man?
So here's the thing. You're looking at equality from a
I'm straight up young idiots who ain't never had no woman.
Human perspective. I'm not saying that men are better than women from a human perspective. I'm saying that men are leaders, so therefore we cannot be equal. When you're on the battlefield, right, and the lieutenant or whoever the commanding officer is on the battlefield, you're not equal to him as, a regular soldier. He is the leader. You're not equal, but there's a reason. There's a hierarchy to dictate order. If the woman is equal to the guy, well, who's going to make the final decision? Nothing gets done by a committee. There always has to be one leader in charge. There's a reason why there's a president, there's a CEO, etc. Both people can't be alphas, as they say. The problem is this. Women are confused about what men actually want. They think.
You're confused what women want. Especially if you really think that all you have to do is bring money to the table and you can cheat on your wife and she'll be okay with it. You have no idea what women want.
CEO.
But you know what Miami women want, but you don't know what most average women want in general.
A boss, a business owner, ambitious, competitive woman. We don't give a shit about none of that stuff. Men don't care about that. And
that's true. They don't care.
I would argue the more money a man makes, the less he cares about his woman's ability to earn money. Men and women are not the same. Women basically become the very men that they want to attract.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, so men, I find that men will say that they like women that have ambition to start. It's what makes...
It's a lie to get laid.
No, I wouldn't say it's even a lie.
It's a lie to get laid.
It's not, because for me, whenever I've dated and stuff like that, a lot of men say they like the fact that I am ambitious, that I have a career.
They want to get laid.
No, but I'm saying, in general...
Oh, he's Kuma brain. He's Kuma brain. From the beginning of the show up until now, it's halfway through, it's all about Kuma, 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 Kuma. That's all he got on his head. Something happened to him.
A lot of men get irritated, nowadays, so you're...
There's no way you can be still so heavy Kuma brain at this age.
Dating all these women, and
even Andrew Tate is not Kuma brain.
You're going to say, all these women do this, is they do nothing and they expect. But that's the qualities that a traditional woman would bring. She'd want a man to do things for her, so...
But here's the thing. She complements that man's life.
So do you want a relationship?
Monogamous?
So how many girlfriends do you want?
I mean, as many as I can. I mean, I probably have 4 wives. I think I could do 4.
This man wants 4 wives. He's going back.
He's never going to get 4 wives. Unless he lives... First of all, let me just say this. Myron loves America. He can never go into the Middle East and live that life. He would hate it so much. See, he ain't got the type of money to live like they live down there in the Middle East. And down there, if you want more wives, you're going to have to financially provide for these wives. I don't see him wanting, after being with a lot of these Instagram models, these women who are just all on TikTok doing twerking videos, these women who are up in the club, off the pole. You cannot indulge yourself with those type of women for years and then think you're going to go to some plain Jane behind a niqab or wearing a hijab and think you're going to be happy. Please understand, trust and believe that those women, and I'm not wrong about this, those women that he is indulging in Florida, okay, in Miami, you get to see their body. you don't get to see the body of the women that are down with the niqab or the hijab that are completely covered. Okay, so you right there, that is going to turn you off when you find that they don't have the augmentation of the bust, or they don't have the lip liposuction that have the flat stomach, or the Brazilian butt lift that have the big butt. Okay, and also if you haven't been indulging in relations with these women, I know you have been indulging in certain type of sexual activities that your average woman who's a virgin coming out of Islamic family that your father has either sold to or agreed to marry for whatever, she's not going to want to get into that. You're going to be very unhappy. So he's never going to get 4 wives, ever, ever, ever. When he get that one wife from Islam, from the Middle East, he's not even going to like that. And he's going to try to find a way to get out of that to come back to what he knows. House in Miami. Trust and believe me, I know this, guys.
500 years?
4 wives is the way to go, because if one acts stupid, you can go ahead and get another one.
Really?
He's never going to do that. He just talk. Guys, he don't even have a woman to even be a proper wife with, because he doesn't like it like that. He likes the means.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. No guy wants to be monogamous. Man, most guys that are monogamous out of force.
That's a lie. That's a lie. And this is why, ladies, I want you to stay away. These guys are not traditional. They are not. These type of men have some sexual trauma, some baggage, some issues that have happened to them, and they are that way. One of the politicians who I absolutely adore, and I know a lot of people don't like him because of Trump, but I love Mike Pence. Mike Pence married his now wife when he was very young, I think in their early 20s. He does not meet with a woman without her there. But he's a Christian man, and he's a very monogamous man, and he's a good father and a good husband. These type of men are out there. It's really hard to see them when you got this man telling us, there's no such thing as a Mike Pence. These men don't come out. Yes, they're out there. Trust me. My husband always been monogamous, always. And the thing about it is, and I've always been monogamous. I've never ever cheated on any of my past boyfriends ever. And if I ever felt the need I was going to, I would just break up with him. And he would do the same thing. We had that in common. There's no need. And I think, here's the thing. I think if you had a parent that cheated on your other parent or a guardian, like my dad cheated on my mom and my stepmom, and his dad cheated on his mom, I think when you see how painful it is for the other spouse, and in this case, both of our moms, when we saw in my stepmom, for me, when you see how painful it is for them, you don't want to exert that same type of pain. So you have no problem being monogamous. Being monogamous is not an issue, actually. It's not hard. Except this guy right here, like I said, it's not about him wanting to be a poly. I agree, certain men, and they're very, very small, very, very small in numbers, are really good at being poly, and they prefer to be poly. Not most men. They would, if you say, would you rather be in a monogamous relationship or alone? They'll say monogamous every time.
If I lined up 100 dudes and I said, listen, man, you can keep your girlfriend, right, while you simultaneously smash these girls, and she's not going to care, he's going to take it.
That she will care, though. Y'all stop thinking there's no such woman. They can't even produce a woman that they're in a relationship that says, oh, yeah, I let him go do whatever he wants. They don't have this. So if you're going to sit up here and say that this is what women want, how come you don't provide such a woman? They don't exist. Now go ahead and pay an actress to sit up here and say that lie. But I'm going to tell you, you're not going to find a woman who's going to be down with this, who's in your 7 to 9 range, okay? Or your 6 and up.
Every time. Most guys have to kind of concede to what their girl wants. This stupid quote, happy wife, happy life. I think that's the dumbest quote ever.
I mean, it's a good quote.
Actually, it is a good quote, because if I'm not happy, nobody's happy. But then again, you're gay. You're gay. Why would you care? You're gay. You're on the down low. You think it's stupid because you don't care about the emotional state of women. You don't even care about sexually satisfying them.
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because a woman's job is to please the man, not the other way around. A woman's
Think
job
about
is
to please each other.
Women are pleased by being with the best man in the area.
No, how would you say that and you're not a woman? How do you know what pleases us? And see, but they would get mad if we say we know what pleases a man. This is what you would be, men would be, this is how I want to say they're hypocritical. And now here's where his gayness comes out. He's going to sit up here and try to tell women what we actually like that, or what we think what it takes to please us. How would you know you're not a woman? How do you know what it takes to please us? And guys, if you keep on thinking that women will not daggone sleep out on you while you're tricking around too, yeah, okay. I got some sand to sell you in Saudi.
That women are pleased by you being the best version of yourself. As a man gains more status, success, income, etc., the woman wins.
But if you cheat on me, dude, trust me, I'm doing the same thing. That is what you guys don't understand. There are women who know their value. There are women who have zero tolerance for cheating. This has been discussed beforehand. And ladies, you need to have this discussion. You need to let them know I'm monogamous. If you can't be monogamous, don't go this way. Don't try to talk me into be poly, whatever. I never had a man do that. But when you're doing the vetting, you have to talk to these men and say, I don't allow cheating. And if we get married, if you're in a serious relationship, you make sure you emphasize, hey, if we get married, there's no divorce. If you cheat on me, I'm going to cheat on you back. The difference is you ain't gonna know, and if you ask me, I'm a lie. So now you have so we're gonna have to repair that relationship, because now it's gonna really bother you, really, really bother you that I'm lying to you and I cheated on you too because you cheated on me first. That's how it is. And men, they won't sign up for that. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I've done it with all my relationships, and if they did cheat. And here's the deal. If you cheat and I don't know, I can't do nothing about it. I don't know. But I doubt very seriously that any of my past relationships cheated on me.
All his success, she benefits from that. It's not the same. When a woman makes more money, earns more status, etc., and she starts to outgrow her man, she's going to look for a better man.
No, that's not true.
No, but some women, we are emotional beings. Like, we will stay with the man.
Which is a problem. They're erratic.
But we will stay with the man. Like, if a man loves us and is loyal, we will stay.
Really? Is that why women initiate an overwhelming amount of the breakups?
And it has nothing to do with no being bored, though. It has nothing to do with no being bored. It has nothing to do with her feeling like she has outsmarted him, outvalued him. So that's not it. You're basically confusing things.
Because they're emotional and they're loyal? No. Women are the most disloyal creatures that we have.
Yeah, but I feel like
which is okay.
If we're so disloyal, why? Wait a minute, he just contradicted himself. If women are the most disloyal creatures, what makes you think that we're going to sit up here and allow you to have other women while we stay loyal at home? If we're disloyal without you cheating, then we're going to really be disloyal if you cheat. He just contradicted himself. Told you he was low IQ.
So do you like the whole sugar baby kind of lifestyle? Man look after the woman. That's you.
No, not at all.
But that sounds like it. Like
no.
Come on, Myron. Come on. You have a profile on sugar babies. You were holding a dog. I do believe. I'm not even going to go to the profile, but go look up Myron. I don't know what his last name is. His sugar babies. He's sitting there holding a dog. Right. He's on a website where he can get gold diggers.
Want to be this provider. So that sounds like it.
Well, here's the thing.
But then you moan about women for doing that. So, you know, if you show that you
I accept that women are hypergamous creatures that want to get their needs met through men. I accept this reality, and I've accepted it a long time ago. I'm a firm believer that men need to be men need to lead, women follow, men pay for dates, men should provide, men should be breadwinners. I think women working should be elective. I don't think it should be mandatory.
This guy is definitely a sugar daddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, two things we agree with. She's absolutely right. He is a sugar daddy, but he's a sugar daddy for men. I don't believe for one bit. I don't believe that Myron is getting he's paying the rent of any women, or he's buying them clothes or taking them on a shopping spree. I do believe that the reason why he's on his sugar baby site is so that he can get a woman and fake the funk with her, but it doesn't last long because she sees right through that, and he probably not willing to pay all that type of money for it. Or maybe he's trying to prove that he can get these type of women. But I believe he does a lot of splurging financially on his boys, on his men's.
Tell guys all the time, go on sugar sites and use them to date, because there's a lot of girls on there that aren't necessarily, how do I say this, sugar babies that are just looking to be taken care of and paid an allowance. There's a good amount of girls on there that make their own money or just want to deal with a guy that has his stuff together. Let's be honest. Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, these traditional dating apps, they fail 90+% of men, and the stats show that. How you meet a woman matters a lot more than meeting the woman. And what I mean by that is that women place a lot of importance in the context under which they meet you. It's my job as a man to not get finessed.
Did you ever get finessed? Because I kind of feel like you run this flag so hard. Like,
every guy's taking L's. I wouldn't be in a position to be able to give this information if I didn't take plenty of L's.
Listen, he's definitely been finessed before, and now he's like come back with a vengeance. Okay, it'll be interesting to see what like your experience with London women are.
Okay, they're not as hot as the girls in Miami. I'll just be honest.
Yeah. And you think you're gonna go down there to the Middle East and get yourself a woman that's not altered her body whatsoever, that's not constantly in the gym, that's not eating a particular diet, and you think her body's gonna look anything remotely close to the women that you are accustomed to in Miami? You think you're gonna find that behind a big bed sheet in the Middle East? These bed are,
but Miami's an anomaly. Like, we got the most attractive girls, per capita. Like, in some places in the world, like if you could compete, like maybe with Colombia, Brazil, etc. But yeah, I mean, Miami's an anomaly.
I don't know anything about. I can't even. This sounds like bullshit, but I don't know. I can't tell because I just can't tell because I don't know. I don't know the statistics on what part of America has the most beautiful girls. I know which part of America has the most fake girls, and it's Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and Miami. But as far as Miami being the best, I don't know.
Yeah, British girls are not as hot as Miami girls. I mean, but it is what it is. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll try to womanize here and see what happens. But my standards have went up. Oh yeah. What?
That's not good.
That's a good thing. See, it's such a negative term, but womanizers are actually the best guys.
Yeah. Womanize. I hope he meets a woman from South. Really?
They know what's attractive. They know how to take a girl on a date. They know how to treat a woman well, etc. It's the weirdos that you guys don't want.
That's not a womanizer, though. I never met one good womanizer. I hated them all.
The womanizers are the ones you guys want. The misogynists.
No, that's not true. I don't know. I don't know any. I'm sure there's a few women who like misogynists, but I don't like them.
Yes.
No.
I would argue sexism benefits women.
Really?
What?
100%.
Why is that?
Because with sexism, it adds a whole other standard and a whole other league for women. I mean, if there wasn't sexism, there wouldn't be a WNBA or a female MLS, or we wouldn't have different standards.
That's a false comparison. Woo! Low IQ.
Standards for, female police officers or female firefighters, etc. I mean, actually in the UK, if I'm not
How is that
mistaken, female firefighters can fail the test and still get the job, versus a man would never be able to do that. I can't think of anything sexist that benefits men, besides maybe being able to sleep with a lot of girls and being respected, but that's tough too.
First of all, that's not sexist. I don't think you understand the definition of sexist. If a woman can fail a firefighter job and still get hired, that's not sexist. It's wokeism. It's diversity. It's it's not equality. It's equity. It's equity. It's all that stuff, but not sexist.
This is ridiculous. What, sleep with loads of women?
100%. Very difficult.
I do agree. Like, it's a lot harder for men to get sex, but I don't understand like why there's so much obsession with like this body count and everything and the double standard.
Do you have an issue that men have an issue with a woman's body count, or do you have an issue with men wanting a lot of sex?
A bit of both, really, because I kind of feel like you get mad if a woman is sleeping with multiple men.
Yeah, rightfully so.
But then
Why? Why would you get mad? That's what you go for. That's what you want. You're so sex starved that a woman could actually have a 500 body count. You're thinking that's easier for me to get the bounty chicken wow wow. This is what I'm saying. These men lie. The higher the body count for a woman, the easier it is for them to get laid with her. It's easy for him to get with her sexually. That's how it is with them. And now, none of these men are looking for a wife, so it doesn't matter about the body count. I want y'all to understand this, right? I want you to, because look at Kim Kardashian. Do you think her body count mattered to Kanye? And trust me, I can go on and on and on. I've never seen not one woman who body count stopped a man from basically laying the pipe. Not one. They don't care. And if you PW him, he will marry you for some crazy reason. This is where men say one thing and they do another. Body count don't matter, these guys. And also, you can lie about a body count and they will never know. Now, what they tell each other is, oh, well, whatever number she gives, multiply it by 2. Then just tell them you only been with 2 guys. They will never know.
if you do the same.
Men and women aren't the same. Well, how about this? Let's say me and you.
It's his ego. He wants to know he's special. Even if it's just a one-night stand, he wants to know he's special. You know, just lie to these guys. Lie to them if they're not interested in being in anything with you seriously.
Right, hypothetically. And you find out that I might have done some gay porn in the past to make some money. What would happen? Keep it 1,000.
What would happen?
Why would you use gay porn as an example? Oh, because you're gay.
Yeah.
I feel like...
You would break up with me. That's the truth. You would leave me.
No.
If you found out.
Well, because I would assume that you were gay. And then I'm your secret to cover up.
Oh, good point. I like her answer. She's absolutely right. Like, yeah, because you're actually gay and you're using me as a beard. Good point.
Your gay
But my
identity.
past matters, right?
No, but it's not necessarily like the fact that it's your past that matters. It's just the fact that you aren't being.
But it was unattractive. That's how men feel about me.
No, dummy. She's saying that you're not heterosexual, so why should she be with a guy who's really gay and not straight? Just went right over his head. He's so dumb.
Women that have a past. Men are interested in a
It's not that type of past. You should have just said porn in general. You just said, but you didn't say porn in general because you're gay, so that's why you had said gay porn. And she has the right answer on that one.
woman's past. Women are interested in a man's future. Body count matters, ladies. If you're a hoe, you are a hoe by definition. And men are not hoes. We are hoe makers. That's the reality.
So do you...
Both can be hoes. Okay. But the thing about it is that women don't care about your body count. So they're not going to sit up here and be held by a higher standard and you show their body count. You hold their body count against them. So women just, just straight up lie to these guys. Because if any man, and this is another thing that gives these men away. Okay. Never in my life, ever in my life have I ever had a man ask me how many men I've been with. Never. But if you get with a guy and on one date or 2 days or 3 days later, he's asking you how many women you've been with, how many men you've been with, then he's a red pillar who's looking for a body count. Then straight up lie to him. And they're so stupid, they'll buy it. Go 2. Just say 2. And then say, yes, I was with this guy for 10 years and this guy for 4 years.
Would you not be with a woman for her family background or whatever like that? Because I kind of feel when you do your background check, those things are really important when you're dating someone.
Myron goes for anything, does not matter the body count. None of these red pill guys care about the body count because all they care about is getting laid. And once again, the higher her body count, the more likely he's going to get laid.
You kind of want to understand their mindset.
Yeah, there's always exceptions to the rule, but in general, girls that come from broken homes typically tend to have very bad habits. Girls that don't have a father in their life typically tend to have bad habits. Is this all? No, but a majority of women that don't have these things in place typically don't end up being good women in general. They don't have rudimentary basics, or if they have trauma in their life, whatever. You know, trauma destroys women, but it builds men.
This guy.
What? What did he say? Myron, you had trauma. How is it not? What are you talking about? You think you could just get built? First of all, you are emotionally just wrecked. Now, if you think your trauma is the reason why you are financially successful, then, but trust me, if it can build a woman, if it can build a man, it can build a woman. Idiot.
It's insane. Like, I actually think he believes his own bullshit.
So as a guy, it's your job to find a girl that isn't, and it's going to sound terrible, and hopefully don't get cancer from me saying this, tarnished.
Tarnished.
Yeah.
It's not really fair to say tarnished.
Yeah, well, I mean.
Because, like, a lot of people do.
A woman who's not tarnished or a woman who's not damaged goods will not want you. They don't want anybody from the red pill community. They don't want anybody with a mindset like that. These type of women will stay away from you. You guys know a lot of my women friends, especially streamers, are married. These are traditional women. These are trad cons. None of them will go for an idiot like Myron. They're not even in the same frequency. So it's not like he can sit up here and say, I want a girl that's less tarnished. The less tarnished or the women who are not tarnished are not going to want you. Now, as soon as they have one conversation with you, they're out. Trust and believe.
Hold themselves accountable and do the work and personal development.
Women?
Well, yes, we do. So before you want to, glad you find it funny. Why does he keep laughing at me?
Most girls don't hold themselves accountable whatsoever. Most girls rarely self-improve. If
he doesn't hold himself accountable. And I would have to say, women do self-improve. You know what I'm saying? They do. What are you talking about?
Ever.
I think he's just around ratchet women who don't care. These are your ratchet women who wear these neon color clothes and have a gut like they're 9 months pregnant with triplets and have streaks of different kind of colors in their hair and with crazy loud lipstick and chewing gum like a horse or a donkey.
Girls think, I'm special, I'm perfect the way that I am, I'm a princess, I deserve the world, and unfortunately, reality kind of smacks them in the face because they can't keep a guy long term. They just get used for sex.
But what's your excuse?
And once
you can't keep a girl long term because you like men.
Women understand that you actually have to compete, you actually have to show up to that job interview for that prestigious law firm in a suit and actually be ready to do the work. You're never going to be able to keep a job, or in this case, keep a guy.
Right.
Then why are most of the incels still living with their parents and not on their own if they can keep a job? Why are most of them unemployed?
Have you ever suffered with mental health?
No, thankfully.
Really?
If I'm going through something, I'm able to just like kind of use it as motivation to push myself through that time period.
So how do you deal with it? Through fitness, I'm guessing?
Yeah, that's a big one. I was a Division I athlete in college, and I rode. It's a very painful sport for anyone that does it. So if you can do a 2,000 meter race or a 6,000 meter race, then you can deal with a lot of other stuff. Makes you mentally tough.
Mentally tough. Do you find that you always have to be tough?
Yeah, you can't afford to not be as a man, because the difference is this. When a woman cries on a man's shoulder, that man doesn't lose attraction and respect for that woman. However, if a man cries on a woman's shoulder, she's inevitably going to lose respect for that man. She might not at that moment. She might be there like, I got you, whatever. But there's something revolting from a female perspective to see their man cry. Now, you might not.
No, not. Like I said, if a parent dies, there's a death in the family, dog died, I don't expect a man, and every man I've been with who has had experienced some loss of death and have cried, I've never ever lost respect for them. The crying I don't like, and I've only experienced one, and I was in college where this one guy cried because I broke up with him. That was very, ugh. And this other guy we were dating, when it wasn't even anything serious or anything like that. And we were watching some dog movie, and the dog ended up getting killed. And I'm not crying, by the way. And I'm looking over there, and he's like, and I'm like, and so I don't become heartless. I'm like, oh, did that remind you of a dog like you had? Like, no, I never had a dog like that. It's just that I know that guy's gonna miss his dog.
I'd be someone that's like that, but I've had so many women on my podcast.
But if there's a death, there's no problem crying. But if you're crying by watching some movie and you're a guy,
say, I thought I can accept it, but when you cried in front of me, it just changed. No. And the reason why is because like there's this visceral like switch in a woman's head. It's like, this guy's crying in front of me, showing weakness. Damn, this guy can't protect me and provide for me. Right? Even if it's not true, even if it's like a moment of weakness, it can show something that like, oh, this guy isn't there. Because like women are designed to look for survival value in men. Men are designed to look for replication value in women.
Yeah, I think it's unfair to like completely rule that out. Because I feel like it's fair for a man to be able to do that. You are allowed to have a moment of weakness.
Life isn't fair.
But, okay, life's not fair. But I think you should be allowed your moment of weakness. And I kind of feel like from a woman's perspective, it will be then how you then deal with that.
I think we should end world hunger. I also think that we shouldn't have nuclear weapons and people shouldn't be dying needlessly, etc. But I can't operate on should, could, and would. I operate on what is. And what is that women are inherently unattracted to weak men, and crying and showing vulnerability is a component to that.
No, so you wouldn't cry in front of me?
Absolutely not. Never. You would never see that.
Why would you want that? Why would you want to see him crying?
Have you ever been in love?
To a woman?
This is the clip I saw. I saw this clip. I was like, what a thing to say. Have you ever been in love? To a woman? He just, to a woman, girl? Oh my goodness, honey. Oh, my mama, does my mama can't, like, what straight man would have that reply when asked, have you been in love? And the first thing he would say is, to a woman? Oh, girl, no. That's what I'm saying. He's gay. Now, I'm sure he's been in love with plenty of men's, but not the women's. This is the clip I saw where I said, I gotta watch this.
Yeah.
I've had love for women, but I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's in a man's best interest to be in love with a woman.
But I
you lose control.
So I feel like
he can't love a woman because he's gay. He loves his mama, maybe love his sister, but in love, no. You have to have a sexual preference for a woman to be in love with a woman. And you're
everything and your standpoint on women is gonna change the moment you like meet the right woman.
What? No.
That's cute, but no.
That is cute because he likes men.
I've had love for women, but I'm never gonna fall in love with a woman because when you fall in love with a woman, what happens is you start to lose grounding and you start to lose that rational thought. A lot of the stupid things that men do is because of love.
So you're scared?
No, wrong. A lot of the stupid things men do is because of their sexual desires and their sexual urges. It has nothing to do with love. A lot of things, men have lost jobs because they were thinking with their other head down there. Okay? Men have lost deals and they lost marriages and they lost family, not because they fell in love with another woman. It's because they got caught with another woman or they were with another woman. And it was all because of their sexual desire for and their lust for that woman. It had nothing to do with love. Stop the cap.
Be vulnerable.
No.
And let yourself go and be in love. Like you're going to block yourself from like emotion and to feel.
Girl, he gay.
Something that's be really amazing for you because you're scared to be vulnerable.
No, because I understand that men and women are different, and men love women far differently than women love men. Men love women for real. Women love men.
Women love men for real.
No, they don't.
Yes,
women love men.
Once again, a gay man is trying to tell another woman what they do and don't feel. Once again, a gay man is trying to tell a woman how we really feel because he think he is a woman, but you're not. You cannot sit up here and tell what women feel, just like we can't tell men how they feel. You would never allow that for a woman to tell men how they feel. So you can't do that with us because you just don't know. You're not a woman.
Under the premise that they provide value. Men love women idealistically. Women tend to love men more from an opportunistic standpoint.
What?
Yes. You don't.
No,
Can I just say all men say they don't, and they actually do.
I really don't.
You've never done it.
Actually, I agree with him. I don't think he did because of the fact that he is gay.
Boom! Headshot!
And I think this is another clip I've seen of his seen where he said he did it in 2014. I don't agree he did it back then either. I don't think Myron has ever gone down there, okay? Because he does not find women desirable
In your life.
No,
like that.
I've done it in my life.
So yes.
But the last time I did it was 2014. I remember specifically.
What?
Yeah, never again.
Why?
Female vaginas are disgusting.
No, they're not.
Gay men would find that disgusting. Now, let me just say this. And ladies, and I'm just going to talk to the ladies. I'm not talking to the men because some of these men are not going to know. You have met men who you basically had to take a tire iron to pry them off of you down there. There are some men who are just obsessed with your scent. Some men are they just love down there. When they're in the act, they like to look at themselves, going in and out of the cave, for less for better words. I mean, they love the look of it. They like the pictures of it. They like the drawings of it. They are obsessed with the vajayjay, and these are heterosexual men. Lesbian women will find an eggplant disgusting. Why? Because they don't like eggplants, if you know what I mean. Now, they will put a phallic symbol into their pants to mimic that of a man, and maybe they will scissor each other with a certain toy. But an actual eggplant on a man disgusts them. Why? They're lesbians. They like the vajayjay. The same thing with a man who's gay. Gay men like eggplants. Eggplants are awesome. Every size, color, and shape. Okay? They love uncut or cut. They love eggplant. They don't find it disgusting, even with the collar on. Okay, cheese or no cheese, they love it. They love the smell. They love everything about it. It could be hairy or bald. They don't care. They don't find that disgusting because that's what they prefer. If this is something you prefer, you are not going to find it disgusting. If you don't prefer it, you're going to find it disgusting. And every time Myron talks about a woman's private parts, he talks about it like it's a chore, like it's like something that he can just put on a shelf and go, okay, I got mine. Okay, now I can go on about and get really what I want. And he finds it repulsive. This is a man who preferred the peen.
Do you eat vagina?
She's straight. Why would a straight woman... Oh God, I thought you so stupid. This fool asked a straight woman, does she go down on another woman? Now, if you did that to him, he'll get mad and get all in his fee-fees, okay? Even though he's gay.
Exactly. Point proven.
No point proven.
You don't do it. Why should I do it?
Listen, a woman's body is beautiful. For me, what I don't understand is like...
Wait a minute, is she bi? No, I think she's straight. Because she didn't come back and go, no, I haven't done it because I'm straight.
Why it's such a stern no? Because why wouldn't you want to please your woman?
He doesn't want to please women. He likes to please men. Watch. There was no clip for this, but I know Myron's answer. I did a reply video where he said he's not here to please women. Women are here to please him. And yeah, just a gay male answer. So now here's where we come to the video where I show you guys how Myron is actually a homosexual.
You know, because have you not ever
Like
seen...
I said before, it's a woman's job to please a man, not the other way around.
No, that is actually ridiculous. When it comes to being intimate and in the bedroom, it's not. It's like, when you do something for someone, have you not seen how, and they like it, have you not seen how much they perform better? And I'm not just talking sexually, like in general.
I don't want to sound like an asshole, but a woman's ejaculation is irrelevant.
Yeah, to him, because he likes men. A man who likes women would never say this. Men who likes to please women, who actually enjoy women, would never say a woman's ejaculation is irrelevant. He would never say that. But a lesbian would say that about a man. A lesbian like, a man's ejaculation is irrelevant. Because she likes women. She likes it for JJ. No straight man would say something like this. None.
You only need one ejaculation to create life, and that's the man's. Now, with that,
But you're not creating life, are you? You guys are just having casual sex with no interest in procreating. So why would you even bring that into the equation, idiot?
said, does that mean I'm not going to please my girl or whatever? Of course I will, but...
No, you're not. You don't want. I doubt very. Even the girl that actually told on you that she thought she was pregnant by you, even she said that she just froze with the way you actually performed, had sex with her. And the way she described it, I was like, yep, he gay. That's when I knew Myron was gay. When that girl was a big expose with her, she thought she was pregnant. He basically I'm not going to get too graphic, but he just held her down, always had it from behind. And she said she felt like she was being R-worded because she couldn't move. And, but she said it was consensual. And she said she just left. She said her mind just left and she just checked out. Now, if a woman checks out during the act, and you didn't know she checked out, then I know without a shadow of doubt you were gay. Because if a woman has to check out during sex, that means you are so awful. You are so awful that she does not want to be in her body anymore. And with the way what he was doing, based upon what she was describing, I can see why she checked out.
It's elective.
Definitely shit in bed.
Just like a woman's, duty to go to work is elective, my duty to please her sexually is elective.
That's ridiculous.
Well, it's elective to you because you're gay. That's why it's elected to you, because you're gay. And if it's elected to her because she doesn't work, well, she can find some other ways of making money or get somebody to make money. Yeah, it's an elective because your real preference is not what most people want. That's the key.
Is that ridiculous?
Because, no.
How about this? With that logic, I'm just going to stop paying the bills.
Okay.
That would be ridiculous,
I'll have to
wouldn't
go
it
work then.
Huh?
I'll have to go and work then and start paying the bills.
Hey, and then you'd lose attraction from me, wouldn't you?
What an immature thing to say. What an immature thing to say. I'm not here to please you, so therefore you being satisfied is not important to me. Well, then we just won't have sex. Well, then I won't pay the bills. And do you understand why none of my friends, you can't find no woman on the right that will look at somebody like Myron and say, yeah, that's husband material. Yeah, that's somebody I would get with. No, only liberal women or left of center women will deal with somebody like that. And it will be a woman with low self-esteem.
So I just don't understand why, I feel if you just started doing it, you might have a better, relationship.
Well, no.
Your woman might not like it, but I'm just saying, from a standpoint, I don't understand why you have to constantly dominate, even in this scenario. Like, having sex is an intimate thing. It's an energy exchange.
Energy exchange. More typical female gibberish. Like, bro, energy exchange? What the hell? Bro, get out of here with that.
It's a really beautiful thing. So why would you not?
What's wrong, Myron? Did she hurt your fifis, hun, girl? Just go out to a club and dance, honey. I'm about to say there's another reason why he probably like Miami. There's a huge gay scene down there. I should know. I went down there several times, had a good time at some gay bars. Woo-wee. So yeah. And plus, there is a picture of Myron. I should have got it when I had a chance. There are some pictures of Myron on top of a white guy. So he can be very intimate with other men, but not with women.
Want to make her feel good.
Most women get off on you getting off. That's the truth.
No, they don't. What? Hold on a second. What did he say?
Hell, bro, get out of here with that.
It's a really beautiful thing. So why would you not want to make her feel good?
Most women get off on you getting off.
Most women get off on her getting. And men, listen, what's so sad is that men really think this man is. You should see the comments in this daggone video. But they're all from young, ugly. I'm not being hyperbolic. On my other stream, I went and looked at these guys' profile. These are undateable men. And these are the men, the undateable men, undesirable men, listen to Myron and take his word as golden. To sit up here and to believe that other women get pleasure from another woman's pleasure is just a stupid thing to say. It's pretty dumb.
That's the truth.
No, it's not. It's a lie.
If we're going to be all the way about this.
No. Women thought that. No. Women used to think that through porn.
Really?
Through everything. Like, yeah.
Okay.
And this is what I'm saying. But women have started pleasuring ourselves, doing things. And now we know how nice certain things feel.
And women are more miserable now than ever before.
I don't think they are.
Women derive their pleasure from serving a man they love and admire.
Women are miserable, but so are men. Everybody's miserable. I want you guys to stop thinking it's just women. Yes, there are miserable women, but there are way more miserable men because we have more incels than there are women. So who's more miserable? The women who can get laid, but they're not married, or the men who never can get laid, even though they want to? Okay, and they can't even get a date without paying for it. Like, so there's way more of those men than there are with women. So actually, if you want to do the numbers game, it's going to be more on the men's side that they're more miserable. Now, I'm going to sit up here and be fair and say a lot of people that are young are more miserable, but I wouldn't sit up here and say more women are miserable than men. No, it's pretty across the board.
Respect and their children. I provide.
So
then you got to provide the ejaculations.
No, I don't. If no woman is going to sign up for that unless you get a woman. If you go to the Middle East, a woman who's a virgin who has never ever been satisfied because she doesn't know what that means, that's different. But like I said, this type of man is not going to want a woman like that because he's so accustomed to boom, pow, small waist, you know what I'm saying, twerking. He's so used to those type of women. He's not going to get a woman that's basically just out of shape. And these women are out of shape. They're not, they're not fat, but they're not sculptured either with wearing a niqab or covered up. So that's just stupid. He's not going to find that such a woman down there in the Middle East and Africa.
Man, I mean, I don't know what's so hard to get about
I'm trying to work out if you're being serious or you're actually playing a game with me. I'm dead serious.
A guy getting his girl off is elective. They should do it, but they don't have to. Just like
no, you don't have to because you're gay.
I think a man has to work and his woman.
Okay, we'll just do it and then just see what you get different results. That's all I'm saying.
No, he's not going to do it. He's gay, girl. Aren't you doing? Holy smoke! She's not used to being around gay men. I'm surprised. She should. No.
I'm not, and if that's what she needs to get off, well, too bad. I'm not doing it.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's a submissive thing too. I'm not.
What is your issue with men submitting?
Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Sexually pleasing your wife, your girlfriend, your woman is submissive. And you want to know why I say he's gay? I did a video on this channel where I said, nope, he's gay. Sneeko didn't even agree with that nonsense because he knows. You know why? Sneeko got a girlfriend. I think they still together. Okay? Even Fresh was like, nah, man. If you don't please a woman, she's going to go get pleased somewhere else. This is facts. You think you're gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, you're here to please me because I got all the money"? Trust me. Jose will satisfy her. Okay, Tyrone will satisfy her. Shaquan will satisfy her. You can sit up here and shortchange her in the bedroom all you want to, but she will get hers.
To women. Like, genuinely, I feel like this is a big issue of yours.
Oh my
really?
God.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, don't go into what? Don't go into it because you're about to go into it. I'm just saying, genuinely, you have such an issue with just.
You don't like when I use your logic on you.
What logic is you using on her? She says you have to please a woman if you want her to be loyal to you and also want her to be happy. And you're like, nah, she got to please me. That's it. What logic? She's doing the opposite of you. Oof, Lord. Low IQ. And before you daggone simps for Fresh and Fit come into my comment section talking about debating, I have no problem debating Myron on a neutral platform. See, here's the deal. Myron wants to bring you on his show and his environment so that he can basically intimidate you or bully you or throw you off if you basically talk back to him or say a narrative he doesn't agree with you. But he will never come to a neutral place. If he wants to debate me, check it out. He's friends with Destiny. I'm friends with Destiny. He wants to debate about this. Hey, we can go onto Destiny's platform and have a discussion, but he will never do it. You know why? Because he knows I'm right.
Boom, headshot.
He don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. And I'm not going to yell at him or cuss him out or call him out his name. And calling him gay is not calling him out his name. He is in fact gay. To sit up here and say the things he said so far, no, I'm sorry. And somebody who's had gay men all my life, I know when I see them. I know when I hear them. He is gay.
He has definitely got some issues. No, I just don't like the fact that it's this power dominating thing that you want.
It's not about domination. He's hiding that. He's hiding his homosexuality behind the domination thing. That's what that is. The same thing with Jack Murphy did. Jack Murphy was a manly man, had that big old beard, okay? And when he was talking, and the way he treated his girlfriend, okay? And he was with that girl for many years. Just the way he treated her, I said, he's gay. He doesn't like women. And then when he came up with that cuck article where he sent her to be with another man, and then he came and immediately had relations with her, after she been dumped on, okay, dumped in is a better way of saying it. He was able to be next to a man. I picked it up. I was the first to do it. The video is still on my channel where I said Jack Murphy's gay. I said that kind of action by a man shows that he is more closer to men and he despises women. The things he make that girl do to him, he does it because she's just a toy. He doesn't care about her. And that's what it is with these men. Gay men have sex with women. I don't understand why y'all don't understand this is a thing. I think you just don't know gay men. Gay men would tell you too. If they're horny and they're like, okay, there's a woman and there's nobody else, and they got to get off, and she's like, listen, I'll get on my knees and whatever. He will take it. He's not going to turn it down because it's just a woman.
Like, yes, you can have it, but just in some situations, just know when to also submit as a man and surrender. Not everyday masculine man.
No,
Glad you find it funny.
Absolutely not. We will not. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We don't concede to women.
So
once again, referring to women as terrorists. Is your mama a terrorist? Maybe she is. Maybe she wrapped herself with some bombs and went Allahu Akbar somewhere, okay? If you want to consider us a terrorist, then you have to admit that your mama is a terrorist. That's the reason why you think everybody else is a terrorist. To refer to that to women is you get it from your mama. You got it from your mama. You got it from... Sorry, y'all probably don't even know that song.
And have been dogs, terrorists. What's the relationship like with the women in your life, like family-wise?
Fantastic. It's actually my mom that taught me a lot of I grew up in a Muslim household, so
Told ya.
she was the one that told me don't come into these Western women, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because your dad treated her like garbage. You saw your dad treat your mom like garbage, and therefore you're like, okay, if you got to get a woman that's going to be able to allow you to treat her the way your dad treated me. I told you, he learned it from his mama. His mama terrorist, her mom's a dog. He wants that in another woman. And that's why his mom said that about Western women. Funny how y'all in the West, though. I mean, it's amazing. Y'all don't like the West, but you're in the West. But so why did your parents come to the West if they have a problem with our Western values?
So my mom is actually like a very strong symbol in my life when it comes to
She ain't no strong symbol of nothing. She's very weak.
navigating the situation. If it weren't for her, I'd probably be a simp. You know?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up but my parents are together to this day. My dad, my dad was the man, my mom was the woman. My dad led, my mom followed. And
So how is your mom following made you not be a simp? How does that work? Hold up. Seriously, somebody make that make sense in the comment section. Your mom following your dad is the reason why you're not a simp. How does... Because, and let me just understand, just in case some low IQ person think they got the answer to this. Your mom is irrelevant of whether you're a simp or not. You understand that? So wouldn't your dad teach you of how to be, not to be a simp? Hold on. Woo, child. Holy smokes. I know a lot of low IQ people don't understand what I'm saying, but I'm going to break it down. A woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. I'm going to say it again. A woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. This is the reason why in the black community, which is a matriarchy, you have a lot of single mothers and you have a lot of effeminate acting men. A lot of men who act like women because they never had a man in their life to teach them how to be a man, okay? Being a simp is what a man does when he does not have a father in his life or does not know what a strong man is. You just admitted that your dad is bitch made because you learned how not to be a simp from your mama. But your mama is a woman. She can't, unless she's trans. And that ain't my business. But a woman can't teach a man anything about masculinity. She can't teach him how to be anything or how to avoid being anything. Your daddy does that. Your daddy teaches you how to be a strong man and teaches you how to avoid being a simp. Your daddy gives you the characteristics of what an arrogant or a go-getter or how to deal with your masculinity. You learn your masculinity, which is the opposite of a simp. You learn that from your daddy, not your mom. And the fact is you now have confirmed, I didn't see this part. You have now confirmed without a shadow of a doubt that you're gay because you now have just admitted to the world that you learned everything about being a man from your mama who's a woman.
Boom! Headshot!
I love being right. Holy smokes.
you know, they have a fantastic relationship, and a big
No,
part of
they
that is
don't.
because
No, they don't.
you know,
If they did, you would have never said you learned how not to be a simp from your mama, and you didn't even say anything of how you learn how to be a man today from your dad.
stuck to their roles. And it was my mom that told me from a young age, you know, don't marry these American women. These
So
Western
tell your mom telling you not to marry these Western men is the reason why you're not a simp, right? Okay. Her saying that, but you did not idolize masculinity from your dad, which would make simping something that would be undesirable.
women. They're not going to cook and clean for you. They're not going to take care of you. You're going to come to the home. It's going to be disheveled, blah, blah, blah. And I used to think to myself, like, Mom, chill, what's wrong with you? But you're dealing with women like that in Miami. It's amazing. The same women that your mom told you to stay away from are the women that you're surrounding yourself with in your studio in Miami. It's funny how that works. I'm 32 versus being 12, 20 years later, I'm able to look back on that advice and be like, God damn, Mom was spending some heat back in the day.
Yeah, it makes sense.
32 years old, no kids. By the way, he's not going to have any kids. I don't even think he probably can produce any kids. I doubt it.
Yeah.
So it's understandable why you think the way that you think because of your environment and your influence, which is a good thing for you.
my background, right? Like I didn't like at first. It was like, okay, I don't agree with this, right? Because I used to be like, growing up American. I was born in Connecticut. I was like, Mom, you're wrong. Like women aren't like that. What's wrong with you? Blah blah blah. Like you're a misogynist, Mom, and you got some ingrained misogyny, right?
You even said that.
No. But back then I don't even think I knew what that word was. That's like a buzz term nowadays that no one knows the definition of anyway. But anyway, so as I got older, right, like. The things that she started to say started to reflect.
When am I going to hear about the daddy? When am I going to hear about your father being an influence on you? You mean to tell me you had an absentee daddy? You keep telling everybody your dad and your mom was together to this day, but all I keep hearing is mama boy. You a mama boy. My mama. I got it from my mama, my mama. I don't hear nothing about I learned how to do this from my dad. I learned how to be this from my dad. I got this characteristic from my dad. I remember when I was with my father, he did this, he did that. Now, Andrew, oh God, I got to say this again. I'm not a fan of Andrew Tate. Y'all heard me slam Andrew Tate all the time. But how many stories have we heard Andrew Tate tell us about how he have learned lessons about masculinity, about drive, playing chess, how to be a good man from his father? Not once did he mention his mom. Not once. Not once. Go fact check me. Go fact check me. Not a fan of Andrew Tate. Don't like him. Not a fan. But every time Andrew Tate talks about who he is as a man, he gives credit to his daddy.
Boom, headshot.
Look at Myron, who's gay on a DL. He need to come out the closet. Who keeps giving credit to his mama teaching him how to be a man. That don't work.
More and more when I dealt with more.
Maybe he will give credit to his daddy eventually. I don't know. We'll see. We got about 10 more minutes.
More girls, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? And talking with other men, talking with with women, etc., my experiences, like, and then talking with thousands of men, and then also talking with, I'm in a very unique position where I've talked to both genders on a podcast, coaching sessions, etc. So I'm in a very certain situation where I'm able to get anecdotal evidence. I have statistics, etc., to back up what I'm saying, and I would say my.
No. You're very selective with your statistics. Because you know what, Myron, I can show you some statistics about men that will make you cry. Okay? I love how you guys are cherry picking your statistics. I can cherry pick some statistics too. Let me know when you want that smoke.
Approach to dealing with women, dating, relationships, sex, etc. is a very pragmatic way to approach the dating marketplace based on today's scenarios. Would this dating advice work in the 1950s? Maybe not, because women were different back then. But nowadays, they're significantly different. Like from a more negative standpoint, not to a man's benefit.
Would you have a partner with a body count of over 30? I don't think he ever been with a woman who has a body count under 30. That's been on that show.
Over 30, okay.
Right, it's yes or no.
That's a hell no. Unacceptable, disgusting, would never wife that girl up. Recreational use only, guys.
Why a hell?
Yeah, see, that's all they want you ladies for is recreational use. You see what I'm saying? They only want you for the pump and dump. But the women who are virgins, the women who have like one partner or two, they're not going to go for men like Myron. He could never get such a woman except if he goes to the Middle East in Islamic arranged marriage. That's the only way.
Oh no. What's yours?
What's my body count? What's the term in England when you want to invoke the Fifth Amendment but you can't?
No comment.
No comment. There we go.
So no comment. So is yours over 200? 300. Yours is a lot more.
Sparta.
Wow, and yours is over 300, and you want to get mad at 30. This isn't even a double standard anymore. Like, he's just taking it too far. I think it's more attractive if a man doesn't, because if you can... No, it is. Like, if you can show discipline...
I don't believe the whole 300, though. I don't. I do know that Myron had sex with women. I do know that, because sometimes he just can't get with the men, and sometimes all eyes are on him, so he doesn't want people to know about him and his, sexual rendezvous with men. But like I said, gay men go with women too. It's just how they have it. You know what I'm saying? So and if you don't believe me, ask gay men. I'm not making this up. Gay men have sex with women. They do. Lesbians don't have sex with men though. They're like, ain't nothing you can do for a lesbian unless she's trying to procreate, unless she's trying to get, and even then you're going to use a turkey baster, even then she's not gonna let you penetrate her. She's gonna say, you better put it in a turkey baster and just give it to me and I'll go from there, or syringe or something like that. But no, a lot of gay men are horny. They'll deal with a woman if they have to.
Why are you laughing?
Yeah.
No, because if for me it shows like self-control and discipline.
Most men, if left to their own devices, want to have sex with as many women as possible. Men are designed to spread seed. We want quantity. Women are designed to protect their egg for the best seed. Women want quality. We're very different.
Yeah, but women have this thing called birth control, and none of that is applicable today. None of that is none of that is relevant to today. So why are you you sit up here and say you don't want to do this from the 50s because everything is different, yet still you bringing stuff from the 50s up until now. They didn't have birth control back in the 50s. So no, that's not the case anymore. Women can choose.
Do you think you're liked as a person?
That's a good question. That's a very, very good question. And my thing is create a legacy, so that whether they like you or not, they respect you.
Yeah.
I know who's respecting you, Myron. People clown you. People talk about your big old beak. And somebody said you got Rogaine, so it looks like you got rid of that bald spot that you had up there at the top of your head. You don't have no muscles. All I see is a vein. Where is the bicep at? Where is your delts? Where it looks like you're working a little bit on your chest. I see a little bit of pec muscles, but you have really bad genetics. I bet you don't even have an 8-pack underneath that shirt. I don't think you look good naked. You'll probably have these thin legs with no definition in them whatsoever. You're just genetically inferior. That's all that is. So yeah, stay mad.
That's what I care about. I don't care if people like me or not. Because I'll tell you this, there's plenty of girls that I've had sex with that didn't like me, but they respected me.
I doubt very seriously they respected you. They probably just if they didn't like you, they were probably like, well, I'm just getting something out of it. And then once they got it, they left you. That's why they didn't respect you.
Because women must respect you to fuck you.
No, wrong. The women down there that are only doing it for something in return. What is the stupid thing to say? Did you hear what this clown said? A woman, hold on, let me let you hear it again. And let me just show you how I am just tearing him up with this debunking everything here. Listen to this. Hold on a second. Listen to this.
They respected me. Because women must respect you to fuck you.
Okay. Women must respect you to F you. Do you think all these escorts, all these prostitutes that are giving money in exchange for sexual pleasure, do you think they respect the men that they engage with? Maybe you guys should talk to them sometime. They have no respect for you. They're disgusted by you. It's just about the money for them. Now, I'm not saying all, because I had one courtesan friend, loved her. Oh my God. I don't know where she is. I kind of don't want to look for her because I'm afraid if I find out she's not here anymore, I'm be very crushed. But I have talked to women in the sex industry and they don't respect their clients. They overcharge them if they don't feel like it. They sometimes will, lie to them, give them great lies. And other times, they've done some other crazy things of which I cannot talk about, but they have effed and they did not respect these men. So women, also, let's look at it, women who are not in the sex industry, women who are just, engaging in these relations because they want something out of it. Well, they don't respect the guy either. Now, you have some women like myself and like her, like if we don't like you, we're not going to do nothing with you anyway. There's no such thing as, oh yeah, I don't like you, so, but no, men think that way. Men think that way. Men can actually lay down with a woman that they don't like. Men can actually lay down with a woman that they can find physically repulsive. Men can actually lay down with a woman that they have no respect with. But that is not with women. Women are not that way. We are not ruled by what's down there in between our legs. Men are a slave to their eggplant, not us to our little man in the boat. We could take it or leave it. It doesn't matter. But this is the reason why a lot of the unattractive women that like they don't have clubs anymore. Well, I don't know if they still have clubs. I'm not sure. But I remember, just real quick, 'cause we're almost done. There was 4 of us, and one of the girls that was with us was overweight. Not obese, she was overweight. And all of us would find dancing partners and then guys who want to take us out to IHOP or Waffle House afterwards. And she was always the last one to find someone. And she would always she would always get lucky, but it was lucky with a drunk guy. And it was always at her place, so nobody can see him leaving. They would never, every time that she would hook up with these guys, they never want to be seen with her in public, but they will always come to her at night. This is how these men are. They have no standards as long as they get off. Women have standards. If we don't like you, we're not going to lay with you. And if we don't respect you, we definitely going to not lay with you. Why would we do that? This one said he knows nothing about women. Yeah. Would you change your lifestyle for your partner? The answer is no. Why y'all asking him these stupid questions? Well, his male partner.
Boom! Headshot!
Yes and no. So why wouldn't you?
Because I'm the man. You were attracted to me in the first place because of my lifestyle. I'm not going to change who I am because of a woman. When a man changes for a woman, he grows into something she's going to have contempt for. When a woman changes for a man, she'll grow into something he'll love. That's how I got you in the first place.
You never change for anybody. You know what I'm saying? You can change for the better. A man can always change for a better. The woman can always change for the better. But to change from one position to another, like if a woman was a stripper when the man met her and now he's trying to turn her into a respectable housewife who stays at home, yeah, and this is not what she wants, okay? This is not who she is. You have changed her, to something that's just not her. Now, you can argue and say you changed her for a better, but did you? Because if that's something that you wanted that she didn't want, she's going to go back to being on the pole. So if and also this changing, why is it got to be changing? Why can't you help improve someone? Or help someone, you supplement their deficiencies. What's with this changing? What's with this owning stuff? So
Why would
stupid.
I change? And that's the biggest mistake that guy.
Nobody should change for anybody. When somebody meets you, and both do it. Men do it and women do it. And women really do it. Men think, this is men, I can save her. He'll see a woman in distress, see a woman on the pole, see a woman on TikTok twerking, I can save her. And then women say, I can fix him. I can fix him. He just needs to have this potential enhanced. No, you can't save her and she can't fix him. Leave them alone. They come as is. And if you don't want it, move on to something else.
Because they get in a relationship, they get comfortable, they get fat, they lose their ambition. I got her, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And that woman starts to lose what? Respect for him. Mm-hmm. When a woman changes for a man, he gains more respect for her.
Lies.
And then women are so different, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's
when
a
you're changing
lie.
for a woman, that inevitably puts her in a leadership role. And when a woman's in a leadership role, she's going to lead you all right to the end of the relationship.
That's them.
Yeah.
Would you give your partner your phone password? If you're married, only if you're married or if you're engaged. I actually did the phone test with my husband. But you know what? In a way, I guess you could say I'm cheating because, my phone is just business. I don't do the texting thing. I don't have time to do all that other stuff. So, it was more fun for me going through his phone than the other way around. He was bored to death going through my phone. But in a new relationship, no. But if we are in a monogamous relationship and engaged, absolutely. Before you even say I do, absolutely. And it has to be at the spur of the moment. Like you can't even prepare for it. You got to be like, hey, let me see your phone. That happened. It was pretty cool too.
No, why not?
I'm not going to let a girl look at my phone.
Why?
Because I'm going to have other girls in there. 100%. The thing is that most women can't handle the truth. So I'm very...
And the man can? So a woman, I agree, women can't handle the truth, but a man can't handle the truth either. You think you're gonna like what you see in her phone if you're dating the kind of women that you like to date and like to deal with? Deal with. You think you're gonna deal with what's in her phone if you're dealing with the type of strippers and Instagram models you deal down there in Miami? Please.
Big on like being upfront and letting her know, listen, I'm gonna have other girls, whatever it may be, but you're the main one. And she's got to accept that. But her looking at my phone is just...
That does not happen. He does not have this in his life.
Going to hurt her feelings.
So you want an open relationship?
Yeah, open on mine, close on her end.
That's not fair though.
Life isn't fair.
I don't know. I just can't.
Guys, if you're stupid enough to believe that Myron has a one-way open relationship, you're just dumb. Or your parents or siblings, one or the other.
I feel like the kind of relationship that I want isn't that.
What if I told you women don't know what they want in general?
Men don't know what they want. This is why I say, how many times, ladies, I'm going to talk to you all. How many times you seen men say they want this, and they end up getting the complete opposite? Huh? How many times you seen a man say, I don't want a woman with a child, and then they end up marrying a woman with a child from another man? How many times y'all seen that? I mean, they don't know what they want either.
Some don't.
Most don't.
Some.
This has been statistically proven that women don't know what they want.
No, you don't have no stuff. Where did he get these statistics from?
Okay,
He's
women
lying.
don't know what they want, and worse yet, they're not going to be honest about what they want because of strict societal standards where they don't want to look like hoes.
Yeah, because you guys...
What? Look like hoes. Once again, I want you to understand, Myron comes from that Miami fast life where it's all about get yours. And he's surrounded by these type of women. So, of course, he's going to think this way.
Call women hoes.
Rightfully so.
Not rightfully so.
Why can we call guys bums, but we can't call girls hoes?
Why can't a woman just like be sexually liberated? Genuinely, why does she have to be a hoe?
Okay. Do you want to be a hoe?
I don't really care what you think if you're going to say I'm a hoe.
No,
but I'm saying...
No, I'm asking you. I'm not attacking you. I'm asking you this as a question.
I don't want to be labelled a hoe for what you guys paint as a hoe.
Well, let's peel a layer back. Do you want to go out and have sex with a bunch of different men at the same time?
Why would I want to do that?
Okay. You want to hear something magical? Most women don't want to do that. Most girls don't even want to be hoes, yet girls argue and, debate to be hoes. I don't get it. They don't even want to be hoes.
We don't, but it's just a...
What are you talking about? The women you have on your show are hoes.
Double standard.
You have had sex with hoes. Every woman who have had sex with you is a hoe. And so therefore, what are you talking about? You lay with hoes.
We don't want you to...
Wah.
Sorry?
Are we going to cry? There's a bunch of double standards that
I'm
don't
not gonna
benefit
cry,
men.
but I'm just saying that I feel like this hyper-independence liberation movement is because we're just sick of men like you that want to just attack women for being able to do something that you guys are doing just as much.
I'm not attacking. I'm reporting
No, but
a fact.
I'm saying in general,
I'm reporting a fact. If a woman is promiscuous, she is by definition a hoe.
Okay.
But so is a man. I agree with him. A promiscuous woman is a hoe. But so is a man. And a real traditional woman, a woman who's about her salt, is not going to want no hoe man. She's not going to want that. You can't show me not one woman worth her salt that's got with a man who's with a whole bunch of women.
And you, sleeping around?
I am a homemaker.
Right. Homemaker. You're just an idiot.
Men can be hoes.
Okay.
Men can be hoes. Men can be homemaker. And they can be hoes. But also women can be homemakers too. Because they can have, and when I say women can be homemakers, I mean, if your mama's a hoe, she can train your daughter, she can train her daughter and her son to be one too. So it doesn't just, that's not a one thing with gender. It can go for both genders. God, this video is going to be so long.
That have sex with a lot of women are successful.
In your eyes, as men, this is the thing, it's like this brotherhood thing. It's you guys. It's
Incorrect.
you.
Okay, let's go back to biology.
No, we're not going to keep going back to biology, actually. No,
Because
we're not.
that's where it all
we're
stems
not.
from.
Why does he keep going back to biology?
I don't know why.
Science lesson.
I think because he ain't got no arguments. I'm trying to figure out, like, how is biology relevant to his argument?
So, what would you do if I was going on holiday every other month?
You'd be single.
Really?
Yeah, why would you do that? You're going to go on holiday without your husband? See, this is what I'm saying. As a tradcon, I don't vibe with any one of these idiots. I'm not with her because she's a liberal, free the world. And I don't deal with him because he's gay and pretending that he's straight. And he has that red pill mentality. Like, no, I don't agree with that. Why would you go out on a holiday without your husband or without your man every other month? What's wrong with you?
Are we going together? Or are you going by
Sometimes.
yourself? Sometimes. Oh no, you'd be single.
What would you do if I couldn't cook?
You'd be single.
Can you cook?
That's irrelevant.
He doesn't have to cook.
Can you cook, though?
I mean, can you fight?
Yes. Actually, I can fight. I wish he would have asked me that question. I'm like, I can cook and I can fight. And I can shoot. And I also know how to use a sword. Your turn.
Exactly. Let's ask pointless questions.
How is that a pointless question? I'm trying to get to know you.
Because that's your job.
What's my job?
To make sandwiches.
Did he actually just say, my job is to make sandwiches?
How am I going to fight off the intruders if you don't make sandwiches? I need sustenance.
You're a dick. What would you do if I earned more money than you?
It would never happen.
How do you know that?
Because no girl's going to match my ambition or drive.
I'm quite an ambitious woman.
LOL. That's cute, but it would never happen. Men build the world for real.
Like, why?
Actually, I disagree with that. Myron, you are a very low IQ monkey, and I don't think you understand that the sex industry, you can get with one of these women that you like to deal with in Miami, and she actually can get herself in a position where she does make more money than you. You understand that the only reason you are successful financially is because of these type of women. If you never invited these women onto your show, you would never be financially successful. You understand a pimp cannot be a pimp without hoes. I'm going to say that again just because you're a little slow and so is your audience. A pimp cannot be a pimp without hoes. You're going to need hoes to be a pimp. But a hoe is a hoe without a pimp. She don't need a pimp to be a hoe. She can be a hoe with or without a pimp. That's how powerful this is in the sex industry. So that woman that you use, or those women you use to actually get on your show to basically bully and loud talk and have them basically give out their Instagram, another woman can take those same women and make 3 times much as you and be more sexual than that. And guess what? Those same incels that you have watching your show give you a lot of tips will give her. I'm gonna tell you what I'm talking about. That chick, there was a chick that came from Twitch, and she's white too. She's no longer on YouTube anymore. She came from Twitch and she came to YouTube, and with every donation or whatever, she would twerk. That woman ended up being a multi-millionaire within a year. Now she got laughed off of YouTube because I don't even think she lasted past 2 years. But that's how powerful women are in the sex industry. There are more thirsty men, okay, than there are lonely women. And therefore, there's a high demand for this. And a woman the type of women that you will get in a relationship with, that you will pretend to be in a relationship with, it's not hard for them to not make more money than you. She can also invest in property. She can also invest in crypto or stocks. She can also have some bonds to set aside. She can have a lot of things and still make more money than you. So stop thinking that you're the man who can make a lot of money. There's women now there's tons of women who make more money than you now. Just arrogant. I don't like when someone is ignorant in their arrogance. When you're arrogant and ignorant, that's dangerous.
Why is the goal always about like being on top, firstly?
Well, missionary is a fantastic position, first of all. And the other reason why men have to be on top.
Gay.
Is because that's the only thing women respect.
There's so many people that just like a nice, quiet, humble life.
Here's the thing. All women, you know what?
Stop saying all women as well.
Okay,
Yeah, stop saying all women because you don't like it when they say all men.
All women want a guy that's better than them.
Why do you get annoyed?
No, actually, all women don't want a guy. That's like saying all men want a whore. No, they don't. So you can't say all women want anytime you say all, you lost the argument. There's no such thing as all.
And so frustrated about men that are simps.
They're giving women that don't deserve attention and validation, messing up for everybody.
It's nice when you have men that are attentive to your needs.
By you being successful and being the man that she wants in general, you're already attentive to her needs.
What would you do if your family didn't like me?
Too bad. I've made, mistakes in Islamic culture, but my parents trust my judgment and they would accept it.
What would you do if I had a lot of male friends?
A girl that has a lot of guy friends is a problem. That's a liability.
Male friends, big red flag. If a girl has a bunch of male friends and she's not willing to give that up to be with you, for the streets.
Women value a man that has social proof. Men don't care about a woman's social proof. When you have friends, it's a liability. When I have friends, it's social proof. It makes me more...
Not if they're female. I would never allow my man to have a whole bunch of female friends. Unless he's in the industry, which he's not, where he has to have female friends, but he's not in that industry, so no.
Attractive, it makes you less attractive.
What would you do if your friends were liking my pictures?
I don't associate with men that can't attract women. All my friends are good with women. And there's a bunch of reasons.
What? What did he say? I don't attract any...
I don't associate with men that can't attract women. All my friends are good with women. And there's a bunch of reasons for this, but you can't hang out with simps. You can't have friends that are thirsty for women.
Yeah, simps mess everything up, but makes it better for guys like us, man. We just come in and...
Look at that nose. Look like an ostrich. Well, at least he got the roll game to take care of the bald spot in his head, so...
It is what it is.
He is improving himself. He just got to do that nose, dude. That nose. Woo, child, that nose.
We clean up.
Anytime a woman is the focal of a man's life, it's a problem.
No.
100%. And the only way a man can give a woman the best life is when she's not the focus.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's just totally just trash. I like the fact that men listen to people like this idiot and then go out there and fall on their faces. And that just basically humbles them and breaks them down. And then therefore, they're listening to other women tell them what's really up, like myself.
Well, that's easy for you to say as a woman.
What would you do if I wanted to start an OnlyFans?
No.
You're serious?
Yeah.
You'd be single.
Why'd I be single?
Because I'm not going to have my girl out there on the internet showing her butthole for $3.99.
Your girl wants to do OnlyFans? Bro, you ain't got a girl. You got a 304. To the streets she shall return, I'm telling you, or else your life is going to suck.
But what if I just wanted to make my own money?
Can't do it being my assistant or something else?
Your assistant, an actual paid assistant.
Yeah, paid by penis. You're getting everything else. You get the lifestyle, you're living for free, traveling the world, whatever it may be. You get the title of my last name. It's a...
Ew! He think that's a pleasure? I don't think there's no woman who's going to find any pleasure in that, dude. Holy smokes. Do you understand the responsibility that the woman has to really love you, respect you, honor you, to want to take your last name? You don't have that. You're going to find that in the Middle East. You ain't going to find that here in America. No freaking way. No way. I promise you guys, ain't no woman going to want to put up with that.
W for you all the way. You get seen in public with me?
His ego is through the roof. How do you think you've done on the date?
I thought this was supposed to be a date.
Yes. Oh, would you like me to be more submissive? Oh my God. Hi. would that make you feel better?
It would, but it's okay. It was a debate. It's fine.
Really? So next time, if you want to date...
A debate date.
So if a woman...
Yeah, it was more... This was not a date. I don't sound like neither one of these idiots in this daggone video. But the thing about it is that he's right. It wasn't no date. It was a debate. That's all this was just a debate. How is this a date?
If she wants to date you, she
Yeah.
just has to come being a pick-me.
I mean, giving a man what he wants, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, of course not.
You're expecting a masculine man that's a leader, ambitious, etc. So I expect a woman that's feminine and submissive. I don't understand why it's a crime for a man to want a woman the opposite of him when women want the opposite of themselves. Being toxically masculine is bad, but that's what women really want.
So if I surrender and be more submissive,
It'll make you way more attractive.
really?
If you are sucking on so much copium to think that 95% of your heterosexual audience would not go for her as is, you could put a big old paper bag over her. She could just be makeupless and just have her hair just put in cornrows and they will still go for her. The delusion this idiot has is amazing. He knows nothing about women because he likes men. That's all that is. Why would he learn women when he has no interest in women? To sit up here and say something like that just goes to show you he knows nothing about women. He doesn't like women. He doesn't want women. He finds dealing with women a chore. He likes men. He likes them. I wish I'd have got those pictures of him being hugged up with another woman. With another man on the bed. It was a white guy. He was like straight up on top of them, like kikiing and stuff like that. I wish I had those pictures, but I didn't think I was going to go this deep into this video. But it's about over now.
Yes.
Okay.
I would take you on a serious date if you're submissive.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So we're just going to...
The women you date are not submissive. They're just somebody you just want to be seen with so it can help with your daggone clout. How about the men? Are the men you dealing with submissive?
Is this the part where we cut the camera? No, I'm just kidding.
Don't keep it rolling. Exhausting. That was heavy.
It was fantastic. I won the debate.
Yeah, you think she likes you?
I think she respects me.
This just turned into a debate, and this is the problem. Like, he doesn't let me just challenge him and not every day argue, you know?
I don't feel like I got grilled at all. Like I said, I'm a professional when it comes to deciphering womanese. And I do this all.
No, you don't. You don't know nothing about what a woman needs. Dude, you just came into money not too long ago. And you think you are a professional woman? Because you're in your own safe space does not mean you know everything about women. And please, let me remind you, you're only dealing with one caliber of women, and that is that type of women in Miami.
the time. I'm a professional womanizer / misogynist, so this is what I do.
I know he's got some deep-rooted issues that he needs to work on, because right now he's projecting it into society in the wrong way.
Well, I'm not delusional, so I'm going to say a 10 out of 10.
Once again, this is the kind of breed of man that I will not entertain. He believes in what he wants, and he probably does get women because of his bullshit that he spills. So that's on him.
Yeah, only because of his status. Some women actually exposed this. Some woman, she was pregnant. She showed a status of a guy saying, of him actually saying, hey, if you want to get on the show, you're going to have to do this and do that. And that's the only way he's getting where if Myron was working as a manager for AutoZone. If Myron was working as a manager at AutoZone, he wouldn't even get nowhere near the type of women that he get now. Nowhere close.
But for me, it's a no, so he's going to get a 3.2.
Okay, whatever. All right. Well, yeah, so there's that. That was, whatever. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below this video. Don't forget to leave a like. And I'm going to put this on my channel because it was a long video and I needed a video to match up from the one I didn't edit. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Later, taters.